What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Come talk some Phillies with us. Losers are 3 in a row. This is Agree to Disagree. Only on A2D Radio. Enjoy. Let's go. This ain't the fuck like this game he stinks.
Oh shit!
It's gone.
Listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick DelGozzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
Welcome in, everybody. This is Agree to Disagree, only on A2D Radio. Every Sunday, we are brought to you by our doc. Got to make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, locations in Burlington and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can find them right on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com, and on all your social media platforms. As always, Brian Wilson, Greg Milakovic, Uncle Sweeps, just jumping in with us. I'm Tom Arnone. Everybody out there listening, welcome in. Welcome in. We'll do Crumb of the Week at the end of the show. We do it weekly. Eagles training camp opens. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, I mean, like, here we go. We're going to have a bunch of beat reporters, right, salivating over guys who won't make the roster or just flat out stink. One of the two, or both. Combo talk. So we'll talk a little bit about Eagles.
Little combo platter.
And what we have to look forward to Eagles-wise. Phillies trade deadline plans. Wow. I mean, you lost 3 in a row, right? Might need to start lifting up some rocks, figuring some things out. Not a good start to the air quote second half of your season when you talk about being swept by the Chicago Cubs, and everybody was all like, well, you know what? It's an easy schedule the second half. It's easy. You know, it's not pro sports or anything. Like, it's pro sports here. It's not amateur sports where you're going to get cupcake city, right? It's pro sports. Guys are getting paid to play. So anything can happen, and here you go. Phillies swept by the Cubs is our main topic at hand. Ties a little bit into our poll question because it's about the series coming up, and that's against the Atlanta Braves. And our poll question is brought to you by Manscaped, and you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. It's time to throw out your old hygiene habits and upgrade your life. Our poll question for tonight's show: the Phillies must sweep the Atlanta Braves in this upcoming series. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, review. Most importantly, comment into this poll question. Comment into your thoughts on the Phillies. Comment into what you want the Phillies to do during, before the trade deadline. Comment in how fast Harper can come back. Comment in how fast Gene can come back, I guess. Comment in how you get some offense back. Maybe how you can get some outs, too. That would be fun.
Comment in if we're still alive.
Yeah.
Come back.
I mean, listen, we're a game out of the wild card, per se. The last
we're fine.
So it's not like over. So to this poll question, I disagree. But what you do need to do is go take 2 or 3. Like, if you want to show me, we talk about it, guys, ad nauseum. And not many people do on sports radio when I dabble with it, right? Not many guys have a feel for life that will say, okay, you got swept, you got embarrassed, right? You should be better than this. Okay, what's your response going to be against the Braves? Braves are coming into town. You're still at home. Okay, should always be better than teams at home. Can you go take 2 or 3? All right. And then your house money, right? If you sweep, whoop-de-doo, that's great. Right now, you're 4 games away out from them. If you sweep, okay, but probably not realistic. So, especially after just getting swept. But you hope that this baseball team has a response. They've had a response for most of the part of this season. They have, to get themselves back, winning whatever it was, 11 in a row, whatever, 12 in a row. Okay, that gets you right back in the mix. But they've had that was a response from bad baseball, right? Their response was they went on a run. Okay, new manager, different environment. Great. Do you have another one in you? Right? Because the playoff teams will have another one in them. If it's 7, if it's 8, or 8 of 10, right? 12 of 14. The teams that want to play October baseball have another run in that. So do you have a run in yourself? And I'm paging Nick Castellanos. I'm paging that loser Jim Salisbury for a ridiculous freaking question. When you've been around the game way too long, there's probably more insightful things you can ask Nick. Like, I got a few things I would ask Nick right off the bat. Nick's been struggling. So to make this clear, I am not on the defend Nick Castellanos train. What I'm on the defend is a stupid question, right? Which deserves a cocky response, because I would respond the same way. I hear what you just asked me, so obviously I can hear, Jim. How about you ask me why I'm playing so bad? How about you ask me if I saged the house or not? How about you ask me anything else, but if I can hear the boos? Like, of course I can hear the boos. These aren't computers. These are pro players. All right? He stunk, so he can hear the boos and still stink. But at the end of the day, it's a lazy question, because these beat reporters say we're the voice of the fan. Well, the fan knows you can hear me. I know you can hear me when we're booing you. Everybody knows that. So to ask, can you hear the boos, to me is lazy. You're looking for a fight. You're looking for a guy being like, what? Of course I can hear the boos. Right? Now, I didn't listen to the whole thing. I listened to that part of it. I don't know what other questions were asked prior to that, etc. But I know that's a lazy question at a lazy time.
Yeah, he knows he's been bad, right?
I was gonna say he knows he's been
appropriate. I don't know if it's appropriate, but the more the question that really should be asked is, because baseball is full of superstitions. I'm full of superstition. Like, his real estate agent should be punched in the face. There's no way. And people say, you're being silly now. There's no fucking way I go into Ben Simmons' house. I'm sorry. All right, it's easy to say now, I know, and everybody's gonna giggle about it. There's no way I do. That's just me. The dude's a loser. It's a fucking flat out loser and a pussy. There's no way I'm moving that house. There's plenty of fucking houses. Live in a fucking apartment until the off season. You know what I mean? That's just me. I mean, I was the same guy that didn't wash my socks and stuff like that. So, baseball's full of superstitions, and people say, "Oh, that's silly." You got to, and I'm sure it is, but it's a mental game. It's the 90% of it's fucking mental, man, and you just continue to. Like I said, it's obviously comical, but I would have been out of there fucking months ago.
Would have never went in there.
No.
You're 100% right. It's karma. It's what's left behind. It's a stench, right? We talk about opening all windows and doors over there, right? I mean, there's a stench, right? But okay, is this series a 4-game series?
No, 3-game. The Pirates are a 4-gamer.
Okay, Pete Evans said 4-piece. So I wasn't sure what he was talking about. But
us, I think.
What do you mean us?
We're a 4-piece.
Oh, maybe he's talking. Okay,
I think that's what he was talking about.
All right. Okay, we're back.
Hey, Pete. Sorry, buddy.
Are we?
Had a game of washers round long. I apologize to the viewers, and then my distinguished panel here. I apologize.
Got to make more open shots. You know what I mean? Got to make more open shots. Listen, yeah, I disagree with the poll. It's not that serious. I don't need a sweep. I mean, I sure as hell would take one.
Yeah, I'd love to go win 2 games.
Yeah.
Let's start with one.
But I was gonna say we might have to start with one, because the Braves. I know they got smoked today, but the Braves have been fucking rolling. They're like 34. I think they're 34-9 in their last 43 games.
Yeah, when they had a little stretch.
Not bad. But
that's what you need, right? Like
that's what I mean. That's how you go from. That's how you go from like, oh, are they a playoff team, to oh yeah, they're gonna be in the fucking playoffs.
Well, listen, we'll talk about it after everybody goes with their poll, but we'll talk about like what this team needs to do to be able to not go on a 31-9 run, but to have another run in them, right? We'll talk about that after everybody answers.
It is. I'll disagree to the poll, and it is comical how we come out and we fucking get swept by the shitbag fucking Cubs, who got like their best players, Patrick Wisdom. Well, no, Wilson Contreras is good, but seriously, Patrick Wisdom, like, come on, Frank Schwindel. Are we serious right now? And like, of course, like we went into the break saying like, oh, sweep in my first time in forever, we swept Miami, and we come out of it by getting swept at home to the Cubs. That's great. That's wonderful. It's unreal. We love to hang around 500. We're like, oh, we're 6 over. We might be able to push to 10 over. Let's drop back down to 2 over.
That ties into Pat's comment. When was the last time we were 10 over? It's been a long time.
2011, probably. 2010, 10 or 11.
I'll agree to the poll, and I agree though. Like 2 out of 3 is a minimum, but I'll agree and say a sweep because I think the Phillies tried to get cute, right? They tried to get cute coming out of the break, trying to set up their starting rotation and trying to get guys extra rest, and then of course you come out and you get swept because of that, right?
I don't know if they got cute though, Greg. We don't have starters right now though.
Well, no, but I'm saying you push Noah back. Noah probably should have went today. And you push Noah back to Tuesday.
Well, and after the home run fest, you're not hitting enough, though. You know what I mean?
Well, no, you're absolutely right. You're correct.
When you score 5 runs, you win the game.
But I think they tried to get cute with this series with their pitching, at least their starting pitching, and naturally it backfired. So I'm going to go agree, and especially because we have the Braves three this week and then 2 next week.
Is Rangers good to go, right?
Yeah, it's Ranger, Noah, Gibson.
Okay. But I just don't.
Fried, Strider, Morton.
Yeah. I mean, at least we're not, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess we can say that Fried's been pretty fucking good. I mean, Strider's young, so, hope you catch him.
Yeah, but that's how this goes, right? This is how this goes sometimes. Like, you're like, oh, this is tough matchup. And then you come out and hit. You know what I mean? Like, we all know. We all watch enough, right? You didn't hit enough this series, and then, boom, next series you come out and hit guys you shouldn't hit when you just didn't hit guys you should hit, right?
I wish we were seeing Ian Anderson because everybody hits him.
So, I mean, you never know in terms of pitching matchups. I sort of just leave them out because, guys do have some bad outings once in a while, and, maybe we get to some guys, right? I mean, so, like, I try to leave that out, even though in the betting world you can't. But
I'll tell you what, the Braves just feast on lefties. Well, Duvall got hurt today, which helps because he feasts on lefties. I think he's out for the year because they say he has to get wrist surgery. So you don't want to see anybody get hurt, but that hurts the Braves. So we'll take it.
That
yeah, I was just gonna say, like,
absolutely they will.
Like, you never, especially being in the division and being a Phillies guy, you never want to admit what a tremendous organization they are. Really,
spectacular. I'll probably go trade for Soler back. I'll bring Jorge back in.
Out of respect, you do. That's what we always do that. You know what I mean? Because we're baseball guys. You know what I mean? And just tremendous organization, and it starts in the offseason for them. You know what I mean? Like, you got a contingency plan, whether it was the agent's fault or whatever. You know what I mean? And Freddie should never walk out the door, but he does. And then pretty nice contingency plan. Matt Olson, decent. Fucking decent.
Yeah.
Younger and pretty good. Not Freddie.
Not bad.
But pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, not even that. You do a great job of getting guys like Acuna and Albies and then getting them the big deals, them working out for you, getting them the long-term deals that are like team-friendly but player-friendly at the same time. And you do a great job of going and getting addition like Jock Peterson, who always loves the big stage, last year. And you put
they made 3 great moves last year.
Yeah, that's
Acuna got hurt.
You guys named the other ones. I don't know if anybody said
Eddie Rosario, Jock, and Soler. Yeah. Monster. Monster moves.
Yeah, they're great. These guys hit in October, right? And they showed it last year. And you go in. I mean, listen, I hate having them in our division. We've been talking about them for 3 or 4 years, how we really like what they were putting together, right? I mean,
I love me some Austin Riley. That dude rakes.
Well, we talked about this on numerous shows, my point, during baseball season, that we hate the Braves, but man, sort of like what they're putting together over there before they won the World Series, right? And obviously,
they're not bad.
And Sleeps is right. You got a great plan, backup plan for Freddie Freeman, and listen, here we are. So, I mean, obviously, we're sure.
Yeah, you're probably going to lose to Freddie this year in the playoffs, Braves, but good backup plan, though. I agree. But the Dodgers are a fucking machine right now. It's wild. Every time you think that like San Fran or San Diego is like, oh, maybe they're making some headway, the Dodgers go and play play them for 4 and just sweep them. Up, see ya. How's that sound? See ya.
Yeah, no, you're right. And and like I said, if you're a playoff team, you're just hoping that that things sooner or later even out because Anderson's a piece of shit, and so is Tony Gosselin. And they're in the big leagues. Good for them. Tip the cap to them. All right, they're 2 tomato cans. You know what I mean? They're on a pretty good team and great first halves. So I don't take anything away from people. But if I'm in the playoffs, I'm digging in the box, and I'm happy to see Tony G and fucking Anderson.
Yeah, you ain't seeing him though.
I know
you know that though.
Happy
you know you ain't seeing him. Because what you're gonna see is you're gonna see Kershaw, you're gonna see Bueller, and you're gonna see fucking Luis Castillo, who they trade for.
Bueller comes back, buddy. I mean,
yeah, he might not. But he might.
I hear you.
They're definitely going to trade for Luis Castillo. Well, they're going to get either Luis Castillo or Frankie Montas, whichever one doesn't go to the Yankees. They'll get the other one.
Rich get richer. The rich get richer.
Yeah, you know how that goes, right? Or Tyler Mahle, maybe. I do like Tyler Mahle. He threw pretty well today against the Cardinals. Did love 2 homers to Goldie, but Goldie's hitting homers against everybody. I like Tyler Mahle. I wouldn't mind the Phillies trying to get Tyler Mahle.
Absolutely. I disagree as well. Just because there's still a lot of baseball left. I know it's the team, it's in front of you and all that good stuff. But it's just, like if there was like 6 games left or something like that, then I'd probably, then it's like, yeah, okay, we're, 4 back with 6 to go, something like that, then you got to put your stamp on it. You know what I mean? Sure. Anything is, you have to play better. Right. So that goes without saying. You got to swing the bats. You got to compete a little better. They didn't really compete. Obviously Friday night was a drudging. Wheels did what Wheels does. Stroman was better. Not better. I'm sorry. Stroman matched them, and it got to extra innings, and it turned into a fucking shit show. And then today it was little. They played long ball early, and the Phillies just couldn't get a big hit, couldn't run them down.
I couldn't even watch the fucking game today.
That's how that weekend went. Didi just tired of looking Didi. Some nice plays the other night. Whoop-de-doo. Just fucking tired of looking at Didi. Baum was an absolute abomination last night in the field. And he had a couple good months where he was, at least adequate. But
yeah, he was serviceable for a little bit.
Yeah, that 10th inning was very glaring.
It all started with him throwing home there too. Like you got to know on that high hop, you got to throw to first there. You ain't gonna get him at home. Throw to first.
It's got to be a perfect throw.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to be a better throw. It's got to be.
But Greg, he threw it while he was still in the air. He never even landed because it's a high hopper. There's no chance. He needed to just fucking throw it to first. Get the out at first. Let him score the run. You start with a guy on second base, you better score the run. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the only reason I would agree with you. In normal extra inning baseball, I would say no. Absolutely.
Oh, you got to go home if it's not the high chopper.
Yeah. But if you can minimize and hold them to 1, you got a shot. I agree with you. So I hear you there. But yeah, no. So they 2 or 3 would be 2 or 3 is pretty much a must. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't go as far as a sweep, but you got to have 2 out of 3. And then if you're asking me if you're peeking ahead, if you're able to get to 2 out of 3, then the Pirates series is a must sweep. Right. And we talk about baseball being hard, and I understand it's 4 games, but that's when you grab the bootstraps and you got to go. You know what I mean? You drop the ball against the Cubbies, so you got to get it where you can get it. All right. So
if you're a good team, you got to take care of that.
Absolutely. And they got they got some young players, and they put their spikes on just like the Phillies. But that's got to be a 4-burger, especially at home.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you would hope at least 3 or 4, right?
No, that's on the road sweeps.
That is in Pittsburgh.
It's in Pittsburgh.
But yeah, you would hope that it's at least 3 or 4.
It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter though.
Pittsburgh is they're the team that they'll come out and they'll hit us, Fucking you're like, oh, Michael Chavis goes 4 or 5.
O'Neal Cruz.
O'Neal Cruz is he's got ways to go. He's very talented. He's got ways to go. Yeah, he's a walking strikeout right now.
Oh, for sure.
But I mean, he homered off of Alcantara today, 100-mile-an-hour pitch. and he throws like fucking 102 in the infield. So I mean, dude's got some weapons. Dude's got some tools.
Yeah.
He's got to learn how to handle the bat better.
Yeah, he's tooled up.
Robert says, "Why put Didi back in there? I know they're paying him big bucks. Keep him on the bench. Keep playing stock. Yeah, right now they have to keep him in there though because they don't have a backup plan for that. But
Yeah.
I know
It looks like about a week away, hopefully, from Segura.
yeah, so
Maybe a week and a half.
He's on a rehab assignment, so that's great news. And then we wait for the next guy to hit a rehab assignment. So see how all that goes. But getting one back, a good hitter back, would definitely be helpful.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely. Absolutely. And Didi it's crazy because there was a couple years there. Didi hit like 24 to 28 homers, I think 3 straight years for the Yankees. He's lost all power. He's got no power. He's swinging a noodle up there or something.
Yeah, everything he does is drop back shoulder, pop up, drop back shoulder.
Oh my! It's all day long.
Yeah.
Hey, can we hit a ball hard one time?
Had enough, Didi. Had enough. You'd be a good bench piece. You know what I mean? That's a guy that becomes a good bench piece for you, right? You know, legs are a little fresher per se. Body's a little fresher. Comes up. Maybe he can get you a big hit then. Maybe he has a little bit more in the tank. But as a starter, I think those days have gone.
He's no longer every day.
Yeah,
I mean that's what used to kill us when J-Roll would go into slumps, right? J-Roll would get like that, and he would continue to pop up, and it used to annoy the hell out of us. But at least he was able to get himself out of it. Didi right now can't get out of a wet paper bag.
I used to despise the end of J-Roll was rough too. You're right because he was a pop up all day. But J-Roll always brought his glove though.
Yeah,
he was even at the end he was a much better fielder than Didi is now. Didi's a bad fielder now too.
I think that was J-Roll all the time. Like he's had a tremendous career. Like you said, that's where he was frustrated.
Oh, sweet.
Pitch pop.
I might.
Louis Mays Hayes, give me 10.
I might have traded him like 6 times in his career if I was the manager.
First pitch pop
Like
up.
03, 06, 09. There's 4 different times where I'm like, for a week straight, this dude popped up the first pitch every time. He can't be on the team anymore.
Oh yeah, first pitch pop up after a 4-pitch walk
Don't walk 2 guys and then first pitch pop. What?
Double whammy.
It's our first time playing baseball. What are we doing?
Vogelback, he's eating well in New York. I mean,
yes.
Bogey's never missed a meal in his life.
Vogel snacks.
He's eating well in New York.
I love me some Vogel snacks. Dude just comes out there and hits. Got the belly over the belt. Look at that guy.
That's fantastic. That's fucking Artie
Lang. Vogel snacks.
That's some fucking Artie Lang shit.
I'll tell you what a move from him though, huh? Pittsburgh to the Mets. Okay, prime living. We going from the basement to the fucking penthouse.
Seattle first, and then the Pittsburgh, right? So you're like basement. Let's see if he can hit in the big with the big lights.
But I mean, he wasn't on Seattle this year though, was he?
No. But previous years he was.
Yeah, he was. I thought, but he was just on Pittsburgh 4 days ago, right?
Yeah,
they just traded for him.
Traded for him at the All-Star break.
Amanda has some questions. Phillies. My first
Vogel
question:
snacks.
Do you think Bryce is going to be back? I don't know.
Middle of August, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm still thinking
middle of August.
3 weeks.
Vogel snacks. I love that.
That's his nickname, Vogel snacks.
Big nickname guy. Oh goodness gracious! Was going for a Cool Ranch Dorito there on the outer half.
He tried to pull that pitch that was 2 feet outside. Might want to go with that one there. That's a terrible swing. That's awesome.
Gene should be back within a week. She has about Gene. And
like 7 to 10 days for Gene. I think he's about to start a rehab, isn't he?
Yeah.
And do you think the Phillies will have a better second half of the season? Not a good start.
You hope. I would hope. I keep saying this, and I feel like sometimes it has to come true. But Castellanos he's gonna get some hits at some point. He's not going to end with 8 homers and hitting 210. This is a guy you figure he's going to get closer to what his average has been. But man, it's getting getting late early, as they say.
Next week's August.
It's time to start hitting Nick. Even if he starts right now, he's still gonna have a bad year.
He's got to hit 12 in August to get to 20.
Which is crazy because he's been averaging like 36 homers, 162 game season the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And he's got 8 right now. 8. He can't even run into one right now. It's fucking crazy. It's wild. I don't want to believe the whole Simmons house thing, but man, motherfucker, you better get I need an old priest and a young priest. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
Oh my God. It's just crazy. Like, as soon as the guy told me, I guess there's like certain people just don't, like I said, you can, it's actually like, comical because
it's a multi-million-dollar house. I mean, you can give it to me. I'll live in it. Okay. Yeah. But I'm not the one that's batting.
Yeah.
Fourth. So.
And like I said, it's just, it's obviously people are laughing at us when we say that, but it's just very superstitious. I mean, if you don't know, we're here to educate you.
It is a very superstitious game.
It is what it is. It's whether it's.
I've never stepped on a line on the field in my life.
Or not, whether there's truth to it or not, it's just, it's you feel it. So it's the old saying.
Going on or off the field, I've never stepped on a line in my life.
You look good.
And if I had, I would have freaked out.
Feel good, you play good.
That's right. What's Dion say? You look good. Look good, you feel good, you play good, they pay good.
That's it, baby.
Yeah, Rob, I mean, they were boring over the last 3 days. I mean, they've had moments, where they haven't been boring. So, I mean, I think it's just however they're playing in the moment. But when you're close to being a 500 team, I mean, sort of where you are.
Yeah, it's what we are right now. I mean, I think we said this was about 3. How long did Harper get hurt ago? About 4 weeks ago? I think we said this about 4 weeks ago. We said sometimes right off the bat, it kind of looks, we can win some games. But then as it starts getting longer, you're like, man, we really miss him. Right now, we miss him. We're not hitting. We miss it. We miss our best player.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
Oh, wow. I was about to say, what a play by Manny, but he threw it into the fucking second row.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, and of course we missed the production, but you also just missed the presence in the lineup, right? You know what I mean? There's no one in our lineup right now, especially with Castellanos being as bad as he is, right? And some of these other guys struggling right now. There's no one else in our lineup that commands a presence. That,
Schwarber does, but he leads off.
To. Yeah.
I still, at this point, without Bryson, I can't believe we're still leading Schwarber off.
Yeah, I know.
It's amazing to me. It's fucking amazing.
Today Verling did, but that didn't go well.
Oh, I couldn't watch the game today, so that was cool.
I mean, like Robbie Thompson's done a great job, but yeah, it's nuts to me, man. It really is. Like you're missing production in the middle of your lineup. There's a guy that's leading the NL in homers, and let's lead him off. Like,
he's batting first.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I mean, I might be like, I think, Mad Bum yesterday called himself. He's like the old angry guy. Well, I might be a fucking old guy myself here, but why is the guy with 30 homers leading off when our other best player that usually hits in the middle of the lineup isn't there? That's an easy swap. I don't get it.
Yeah, and you swap that with a rookie, right? Derek Hall, who has hit some balls, but
he's done what we thought he would do. Honestly, he's struck out a lot. He's hit some.
But he's not a presence. To your point, and to what I was saying earlier, he's not a presence.
No, absolutely. He should be hitting 7 for you if you.
But he's lost a couple balls, which is what you were hoping he was going to do. I could not be upset with what Derek Hall has given us. He's given us exactly what I was hoping for. Just everyone else is not helping.
No, absolutely, and I wasn't making I wasn't.
Oh no, I know you weren't.
No, he's not your replacement, right? You know what I mean?
He's not making $100 million, so he can.
He's going to be one of those two guys.
Whatever you get out of Hall is a bonus. You know what I mean? Come on.
Absolutely. That's like when you get an order of fries and there's an accidental curly fry in there. That's a bonus.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking Guillorme. What are you swinging at?
Reese is more concerned with CB Buckner last night. It's like, we all know CB's is a fucking train wreck. He was horseshit last night, but it's been there all day. So that's the thing. Like, as much as you hate it, it's been there all day. So really, as a player, that's all you can ask for. So anything on the outer half, go get it, Reese. What do you?
Yeah, be consistent. I mean, he's consistent at least. He was consistently shit, but he was consistent.
Yeah, what are you arguing with? So just go get it and shut up.
The umps that are worse are the ones that are all over the place.
Yeah. The floating zone, Eric Craig floating zone type.
If you watch the San Fran Giants game, the Giants Dodgers game last night, because that was on like after the Phillies, I was at the bar. So that they ump on in that game was brutal because he was the one pitch would be here, it would be a ball, and it'd be here. Next time it'd be a strike. And I think multiple people got tossed in that game because they were just people were upset.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
You start fucking moving. You start calling the same pitch a ball one time and strike the next time. People are gonna get mad. That's how it works.
Absolutely.
If you're consistent, hey, it might be that you say, hey, this guy doesn't have a low zone. You throw it low, he's gonna call the ball. Okay, well then you better work up. Better work up in the zone.
Yeah, and as a pitcher, this guy's giving you a foot off the plate.
You're gonna take it.
You're gonna continue to go out there. So as a hitter, I'm not gonna get beat away. You know what I mean? Like, you might throw it by me. You know what I mean? Just like Castellanos got blown away in the ninth inning. You know what I mean? Because he's not on time and he's not. He's wearing an absolute freaking scuba vest on his hand. Like at this point, dude, like, hey man, if your hand breaks, maybe a restart's good for you, Nick.
Maybe that's the best thing.
get the scuba thing off your hand, man. Like it's okay, buddy. You know what I mean? Like I would be taking everything off. Like it's just I'd have moved a month ago, and I would have took every apparatus off that I was wearing, and I would have no batting gloves.
I'd have moved a month ago.
I'm gonna piss on my hands like Moises Alou. I'd have done a lot of things. You know what I mean? Shit.
Oh, Moises Alou pissing on hands.
And what's sad with the current way the lineup is and struggling, it's not even like you can give a day off. Who's going to play? Like, who are you going to put out there? Odubel? Because he's due. He's primed for that day off, 2 days off, right? You know what I mean? Get your head right. Just get back to doing what you do. But we're so strapped right now. It's like, who are you going to play? Who's going to be in the lineup for you?
And honestly, he's getting paid the big bucks. I wouldn't even give him the day off.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Strap up, Nick. You're going to be in the lineup. Fucking start hitting. I'm sure he's putting the work in. I know he is. But I mean, I'm sure he's putting the work in. I'm sure he's not happy at all with how the season's going. But it's you chalk it up to it's going to be. I mean, unless we make the playoffs and he gets some big hits in the postseason, it's a bad fucking first year.
Yeah,
it's straight up bad first year.
He's got to almost hit 400 toward the end of the year just to come close average wise. And you hope in that is going to be some timely knocks, some timely home runs. Because it's not good. Most of the time, I think we say this all the time, right? Usually the baseball card, when you flip over to baseball card, usually at the end of the year, usually you're going to be within a little bit. There's no
guys have down years, but usually they're close.
There's no getting there with him this year,
especially when they're healthy too. Like he's not hurt, he's healthy.
Yeah.
Very strange.
8 home runs and 46 RBIs. I mean, I guess the one saving grace is he's got 20 doubles, but that's it. But when's the last time he's even hit a double?
A meaningful double.
Meaningful one.
They're very, very few and far between. So.
Especially recently.
Yeah. It hasn't been good.
No, it has not been good.
So that's the way it is. I mean, it's it was an 11th hour signing, and it was a monster signing, and it went. It pushed him over to the luxury because that's what Harper's was belly aching, rightfully so. Because the guy wants to win and he wants he's here. He's here planning on to be here for 13 years. So it's no fun to be the longest current team in the playoff drought. in Major League Baseball. All right, that's no fun. So he was trying to do everything in his power to change.
That's not us currently, is it?
Change it. There might be one team above the
Seattle.
I think it's
Seattle. Seattle has to be. Yeah. But guess what? They're
about to make the playoffs.
Well, they can just play Houston every game. Houston just fucking destroys them. I don't understand. So Seattle's on a run. They run to Houston. It's a buzzsaw. Robbie Ray's been striking out everybody. He lets up 6 runs in an inning today. Jose Altuve, he's a monster. I know he might have worn a buzzer. That dude's a fucking monster, though. Straight up. You put a lefty against him. You better not throw first pitch fucking fastball down the middle because he's taking you out. First pitch, don't groove it. Don't groove that first pitch.
Yeah, it wasn't his whole career. So, even if he was playing laser tag in his chest, he wasn't doing that his whole career. Dude flat out hit.
Dude, flat out race.
He can flat out yoke it. So.
I do love the fact though that he comes up and it's like if you throw me a fastball first pitch, I'm taking you. See ya. He first pitch homers all day. I love that. I'm a big fan of that. Don't groove a fastball.
Yeah,
it's like start the game off with a fastball. 1-0.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a get me over fastball when he's pitching.
And it looks like he swings an oar. Like his bat is so he's got to be swinging at 35,
right?
It's got to be swinging like 35 because it's like a block of wood coming through there.
I also like that he just destroys the Yankees.
Pat said, I think he's talking about Nick, is he thought he'd be an automatic 270 hitter. He is talking about Nick. Yeah, I agree, Pat. I think we all did.
Yeah, I thought that with a lot of damage. He's been below that with hardly any damage. It's crazy.
Yeah, even without the power numbers, he's always been a good hitter. So, that's the concerning side of it is, I think once he started struggling, he's tried to do too much. You can just tell in his swing. He looks lost at times. It looks like he's guessing at pitches instead of just feeling and reacting. I mean, that's just what my eyes tell me. I don't freaking know, but it's just like when I watch his at bats, every swing looks like a guess swing. Like, were you guessing fastball and got curveball there? Because that's what your swing looked like, or vice versa. And he always done a great job of staying inside the baseball and using the big part of the field, and he has it. When he had like a little stretch where he swung it well, he was, and that was a very small stretch. But that's what it looks like as a hitter. It looks like he's in guess mode all the time, pressing, trying to hit balls out of the ballpark, which really isn't. I know he did it in Cincinnati, but he's more been like a pure hitter who hits home runs because he's a pure hitter than trying to be a power hitter. And I think he, hopefully sees where that's going.
his power came like he usually does. Usually guys start off and they're not that strong and they hit a lot of doubles early on. He hit a lot of doubles as a Tiger, and it's a bigger field also. But then the power comes. I mean, the last 3 years, obviously the 1 year is 2020 where they only played 60 games, but he hit 20 homers in 60 games, and he hit fucking 36 or something last year, and he hit 33 the year before. So he's been averaging like 35 homers in 162 games. So to have 8 right now, 90-something games in the season is pretty alarming. You would have thought he would have ran into 15 at this point at least.
Yeah, it seems like there's so many other guys that are not what he's supposed to be that are hitting 15, 20 home runs.
And again, listen, I'm not out on Nick Castellanos. I expect him to have a much better year next year, but this is it's been an alarmingly bad year for a guy that we were really excited about. We were really pumped about this guy, and it's been really bad. So in that vein, it's very, very depressing. It's atypical as a Philly sports fan, is what it is really, but very depressing nonetheless.
Yeah, listen, it is. I mean, can he catch fire? Sure, and get him.
I mean, look at Francisco. Sorry, Tommy, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just saw him and made me think of him. But look at Francisco Lindor. He has really bad for the Mets last year, first year. He's been really good this year, so maybe. And the Mets have been really good. Maybe we can have the same kind of thing for us next year, huh?
Yeah, and I know Lindor got hotter-ish as the second half approached. He sort of got more comfortable, and maybe Nick can have a little bit of the same thing and then a carry over for him. But
if you think about 2019, that's how Bryce was. Bryce had a bad first half here. First half was bad, was not good at all. If you remember, he had low home. He had more than 8 homers, but he had low homer numbers. And everything kind of came together at the end of July. He hit that grand slam against the Cubs to win the game. That was like early August, I think. Yeah. And then from there on, he started hitting, and he's been hitting ever since. So, hopefully that kind of thing can happen for Nick.
Yeah, you're just hoping he can go on a little bit of a run here. It'd be great.
I mean, we're still, like you said, we're still right there in the playoff picture, and we assume that we're going to be there, right there, for the rest of the way here. So if he can get hot and get some hits, really help us out here, it would be great. Love to see you. Love to have you, Nick.
Even the bigger thing, I mean, he's a guy that should have the ability to carry you when you're missing a guy like Bryce.
You're hoping.
That's what you really need him for. Times now where, hey, Nick, we need you. But like I said, his swings look bad. So I would love to say he comes out of it. But right now, the way he looks at the plate, it's hard to say, yeah, he'll get hot for a month or he'll work himself out of it. Because right now he just looks lost. And when you're this lost, I don't know how he gets out of it. I just don't know, besides obviously getting some hits, but he's had those few moments, games where you're like, okay, he's working himself out of it, and he's going south real quick after those games. So, he's got to put a stretch together. And said, you keep guessing at pitches, Nick, and that's my guess on what you're doing. Good luck, bud. Good luck.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's, like you said, he's always been a good hitter. The power numbers were a little bit of an anomaly last year. Like he's never had, he had 34 last year. So he had one other season where he had 100 stakes. But he's mostly a doubles guy. Like he's got 20 doubles right now. We're almost in August. He's usually, he's had 33, 36, 46, 58, 58 twice. Because if you count Detroit and the Cubs, that one year when he got traded, and then he had obviously 11, in the COVID short season, so, and he had 38, like last year, if they were any good and Harper wasn't, if they were any good and Harper wasn't really, really awesome, he could have been the NL MVP. You're talking about
very good year last
38 doubles, 34 yaks, 100 stakes, and he hit 309. And he, scored 95 runs and had 164 hits. So it wasn't for Bryce. He wasn't even. I'm not saying he wasn't even in the conversation, but I'm just saying, like, sneaky, amazing year for Nicky, and we all knew that. So I think the power numbers were, it's a little bit of an anomaly, but he still should be a 25 to 27 guy, and in Citizens Bank he should be about a 30 burger for sure. It's like hitting in Cincinnati.
Well, 308's the thing, right? Like, you got about at 308. So, that's what if that's what it was. I think you said 308. But
309 actually. You actually downed them one.
Sorry, down the one. But 309, that's what you're looking for to translate. Like, when that signing happens, you're, like you said, you're looking, hey, he hit 25 home runs, great. I'm looking for the average, I'm looking for the RBIs, and I'm looking for the doubles. That's what I'm signing you for. And I think part of him felt like I'm not in the guy's head, I'm just guessing, right? Like he is at the plate. But part of me thinks that he believes because he signs that money that he's getting paid to hit home runs, right? When no, you're getting paid to be Nick Castellanos, right? And I think that's what I think is missing here from him, because it really looks like every swing is to hit a ball out of the ballpark.
I think it's just, I don't think you're wrong there at all. I think a lot of it now is that he's trying to do too much, Tommy, like you said.
He's in a quicksand.
Quicksand. Oh, sweeps. God damn it, sweeps. I couldn't get it out fast enough.
Yeah.
Fucking, he just Keanu Reeves me right there. He just straight fucking Shane Falco'd me right there.
Sorry, buddy. That's where he just keeps, the harder he tries, now he's trying to make everybody happy, and he's answering questions, and he knows what kind of city he's in, and he, like I said, he's used to having some success, so but the biggest point what we're talking about is and everybody wants to tell us to shut the fuck up in this modern day era. The way baseball is now is like, we've been screaming from the rooftops for years now, like, you got to put the ball in play. Like, he's got 96 punchies, right? That's he might be on his way to a career high. Like, I think one year he had 152, but last year he had 120. So he's 24 away with a ton of baseball left. So you don't put the ball in play, you're not going to get any result except for a nice slow walk back to the dugout.
It has been any way you want to slice it has been a bad year.
You got a few things: new ballpark, new things, new teammates, right? Like, I understand,
everything is new for him. Like, that is an issue. Like, there is a process to go with that,
Well,
There
we
is
talk
something to say about that.
right? We talk about
Yeah.
the superstition, right? There's the little things, and getting it. You're forget it's Ben Simmons' house, but you're getting a new home, right? You live in a new area. I get all that stuff, but this has been downright atrocious. And if he wants to earn his money this year, these next 2 months, he needs to get going in this baseball team. If they want to play in October, they need him to get going.
All that new stuff, I completely agree. That's all fine and good in April and May.
Yep.
Right.
Well, no,
Once the dog days of summer hit, you no longer knew.
Oh, absolutely. And if he was like doing well before Bryce got hurt and then he tried to do too much, and then you're like, all right, dude, now you just breathe and knock it off, dude. Just go play. You know what I mean? But he hadn't been good all year. You know what I mean? And when you don't have to be that dude. Like, nobody knew Bryce was going to get hurt, but as long as that dude, not only in the locker room, he's on your team, he's in the lineup, that dude's always going to be the lightning rod. You got nothing to worry about. You got JT who couldn't do anything right. He doesn't do anything right anyway, but there's $100 million man. He's going to hit the his feet will hit the hot lava. All right, Reese is going to hit the hot lava, even though he don't make the money those guys are. Schwarmer's getting paid $100 million. There's all kind. Everybody thought Nola sucked up until this year. You know what I mean? Except for the guys that are baseball guys. Guys like us. You know what I mean? So there's plenty of guys. Girardi was on the hot seat. So coming into here, it was almost like, hey man, just breathe and go play. You have to be that dude. You know what I mean? There's plenty going on here. You know what I mean? Like when you're the only show in town, then I'm like, oh, now you got the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you're trying to do too much. And I understand that. You know what I mean? But you just fly under the radar, man, and go do your thing, and you'd be beloved in this town.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that's what big deals do to guys too, right? You start struggling and then you press even more and you press even more and you press even more. And I hate to say money does that, but it does.
Yeah. I mean, it comes with expectations come with the money. You want to show that you're worth it.
Yeah.
And I want to keep harping on the Lindor thing, but it has a big tinge of it smells a lot like Lindor last year. It really does.
Because he's a guy in Nick who wants to be good.
I know he's working. I know he is. I
mean, we just know the way he talks, and before we signed him, and some of the quotes he's had in the past and interviews, he looks like a guy who just wants to win, right? And that's why he came here, because he just wanted to win, right? The money helps, but the other side of it is like, he could have went to Miami. They're willing to give him money, and he wanted to come somewhere where he could win, and maybe he could have got a couple more extra dollars from Miami. I don't know what was on the table, but what I do know is when sometimes when guys care almost too much, is you can even press too much. Mm-hmm. Right. And once you start struggling, it would have been nice for him to come in and get off to a hot start. Right. And then calms your nerves and you're like, okay. But once you're in this kind of struggle, boss, it's hard to get out of it. It really is. And we'll see what kind of hitter he is, because we're going to find out. I mean, you can't go all year like this. Make sense? Like you can have a rough start and really struggle. After the All-Star break, it's time for you to get going, Nick. All right.
Yeah, you would think that he would have like a really good last month and a half or
flash
something.
Something. Have a good month.
Have a good 2 months. Last good 2 months.
Just for us to know, like, okay, this guy is worth the money. He's shown us a pulse, right? Up until now he hasn't.
Kind of like Schwarber, right? Schwarber was dreadful the first month and a half, and then once June hit, he started to play well, and even right before the All-Star break, he went into a bad slump, but obviously he's figured it out, and he's still while might not be hitting for average, is still at least leaving the ballpark.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing what we paid him to leave the ballpark. Yeah. Damage numbers. Like, listen, Kyle Schwarber is he does this every year, I feel like. Slow starter, crushes the ball in June. Love to see him. Look, we got, what did I think fucking Crocker was saying? We got trick Kyle into thinking that April's June.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no. I know, I love that. That was hilarious. But I agree with you. Like I look at Schwarber like Schwarb's is Schwarb's to me. Like that's like I don't want to say doesn't move the needle, because that's what I expect out of Schwartz. You know what I mean? Like for me, you know what I mean? Like I expect 215.
Yeah, maybe 230 if he gets hot, 240, but right around there.
I expect, just me, you know what I mean? Like anything else, you get gravy, but I expect 220, 36, and 90. And I'm like, okay, and that's what the Phillies paid for. You know what I mean? With
and he's probably going to hit 45 this year. You would hope.
Mickey, like Tom said, there was so much more to that. There's so much more. There's so much more layers to that onion. You know what I mean? Where he was doing things, he was doing everything elsewhere. And he hadn't done shit here.
And it's weird because
I felt like he was even a better outfielder. Like I know he played some third and stuff other places, but I felt like he was a better outfielder. Like he is a fucking shit can out there as well. You know what I mean? Like
I was gonna say he's not good in the outfield. He just flat out knocked it. The ball that dropped down yesterday. I think it was in the 10th. I'm not sure it was the 10th. I don't know. There was one that dropped down yesterday in front of him, and I was like glaringly watching it. Like I know Harper catches that ball with ease. So it's like, wow, what the fuck this guy's doing?
Yeah.
Can't hit, can't field.
Yeah.
Not good. Not a good start.
This is where as a coach, I need to get creative. And what I mean by that is like, dude, maybe put two guys out there that you don't want to put out there and just DH the guy for a little bit. Like get him off his legs. You know what I mean? Like I don't know who you can put in center and right, but put two guys in center and right, DH the guy, and let him breathe a little bit, right? Let him do it for 2 or 3 games.
You know who they can put out there, Tommy? Benintendi.
No, I'm just going.
The time to strike is now.
That's great.
Make a trade.
I agree with Sweeps. Like I thought he was better defensively. Like, I didn't think.
I didn't think he was this bad. I'll say that.
I thought he was okay. Like
I didn't think he was good. I didn't think he was this bad.
He can't even move. I mean, he can't even move. I feel like I got lied again. It's like DeMarco Murray again. Like I feel like I'm constantly getting lied to on what I saw elsewhere in 2 different spots where he's been successful. I never thought he was that slow in the outfield. Maybe Cincinnati is like 10 feet behind you and in front of you. I don't know, but like I didn't think he was this bad in the outfield. It's tough, man. But
he can't come in on a ball at all. He makes a couple plays going back on the ball, but he doesn't come in at all. Can't come in on a ball. He hasn't made a play where coming in and diving all season.
Yeah.
None.
Oh, layout?
No, like where he has to come in on the ball and dive in front of him. He hasn't done any of them. And those are the plays that you think you could make in right field more.
If that dude laid out.
A lot of flares to right.
If that dude ever laid out, I would give him A2 day. You know what I mean?
I agree with Tom. I mean, that's, like I said, as a coach, Robbie Thompson's been great. And I understand big league guys are just, it's a different animal. You know what I mean? Like we're not talking about, we're talking about, a lot of divas. And I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying a lot of, and that goes back to the point of being superstitious. So we know a lot of guys like, want their roles and they're they want to be comfortability. You know what I mean? Like they want to be comfortable. And I get that. You know what I mean? But a change of scenery sometimes when you're a dual position guy, like, especially when Bomber was struggling earlier, like has he not taken any grounders at third? You know what I mean? Like he's not a Gold Glover. I'm just saying, like he's played there before. You know what I mean? So
he
played like 3 years there for Detroit.
Yeah, exactly. It gets you out of the outfield. It allows another move out there, like Tom was saying. Somebody else can DH or whatever. You know what I mean? And then it just gives him, it gives him a different look. You know what I mean? Maybe he just doesn't. Like I said, this game's mental, and we talked about that first couple minutes. As we were cracking jokes about the house. You know what I mean? So, we know when you're in that hole, when you dug that hole for yourself, man, it's tough to get out. You know what I mean? It's tough to get out without help. You know what I mean? So as a coach and as a staff and a front office, try to do the best you can. Like, I'm not talking about babying a guy or using kid gloves. I'm just saying, do your best to try to help the dude. You know what I mean? Whether that's, playing a couple games at third. I don't know. Maybe it is. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. Pat, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you're tired of seeing Verling in the lineup.
Unfortunately, right now, there's no one else who can play. I really don't want to see Verling either. But unfortunately, there's no one else who can play at the moment. Really.
Yeah, there's a couple other guys that top Verling on the list, but he's not necessarily wrong. But yes, who else are you putting out there? Kind of what we were talking about with Nick, right? We're trying to get him a day off or a DH, but who's going to play there?
Yeah, and they have to probably have the worst bottom of the lineup fucking team. And
right now, if we're going to be honest, right now, our lineup doesn't stretch right now. We went into the season thinking we had a real long lineup. We don't have a long lineup right now at all.
The bottom of the lineup is atrocious. He obviously hit, Alec down there in 7 today, and he had 3 hits, so I don't really count him. He's usually, but if you count,
Alec hits a little bit.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He doesn't really have much power, but he hits a little bit.
Like in a normal lineup, if it was Stott and Didi.
Yeah. When you stop at 6, and I love the kid, but you stop at 6, that's not good.
Stott
for a lineup.
Our middle's got to be the most unproductive offensive that in the big leagues.
By far, shortstop, center field for us. The most unproductive shortstops in center fields in baseball, for sure.
Strong up the middle. Nope.
Real strong up the middle. Unfucking real, really. And the worst part about it is that we drafted 2 of them in back-to-back first rounds 7 and 6 years ago, which is the times where you would think that they'd be big contributors now. Mickey's back down. I'd say that ship has maybe sailed. And maybe it's time to sell that ship. Maybe it's time to sell that ship. It might be this week, actually. Can we conclude Mickey in a deal?
We talked about it last week. I mean, somebody would be interested in them. We can talk some Phillies trade deadline plans now. But, I mean, the problem is when you talk Phillies trade deadline plans, where do you start and where do you end? Right? I mean,
we need an outfielder.
but that's great. I mean, we just talked about the middle, the middle being.
We can use the starter, too.
I mean,
is Eflin not coming back?
Getting Gene back would be really a nice thing to have.
You count on that happening, right?
So so Gene's a good trade deadline move, right? Like if you told me, hey, Tom, you got Gene Segura, I'd say, okay, it's a good deadline move, especially to an offense that's sputtering that could use some guys that actually work some counts and for the most part has good at bats, right? I know we're not all like Gene's an all-star guys.
And Brian is a pro. Not Will's, but to Brian's point, they haven't hit. They obviously didn't hit all weekend, so the whole lineup, was horseshit.
Besides the first pitch of the first game,
but you're talking about overall, the bottom of the lineup's terrible. You know what I mean? And I'm not giving
we're hitting the bottom.
I'm not giving them a pass either. I'm just saying, it's a terrible bottom of the lineup. Whoever winds up going down there,
I mean, if you just look at it, like fucking Didi, Stott, Vierling, all these guys are hitting what?
The double.
220 or under with hardly any home runs between them.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, those guys.
Adubo might be the only guy that actually can swing it down there, and he can't swing it. That's how bad it is.
Well, Adubo is an anomaly because somehow he'll get hot where you're like, dude, this dude can actually hit, and then a week later he just forgets how to hit, and he can't, and then he couldn't hit. And you're like, wow, I'd be shocked if he made contact with a ball. It's incredible how he can go. The highs and lows of Odubel Herrera are amazing. Amazing. He's like a guy. It's like I think he was an all-star. Was he not one year? He's a guy that has shown all-star level of like hitting caliber. Never could field, but hitting caliber. And then he's other times you're like, why did they even pay this guy?
Well, that's a whole nother conversation.
Well,
There's
no
timetable.
Just on his fielding. I'm talking. On his play on the field. Not even him as being a shitbag as a person, which we all know that.
9 times out of 10, you're like, this guy definitely stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. You know what I mean? He just.
Would love
Pat, I love that name,
Ramon
Pat.
Laureano, Pat. Would love Ramon Laureano, and definitely available. And you can throw me a little sweet Lou Trevino with him as well.
There's no timetable for Eflin's return. So he's just working, I guess, flat grounds. They said they saw an MRI and test during the All-Star break, didn't reveal structural damage, but he's no longer throwing off a mound and doesn't have a timetable to do so.
Well, that's done.
That's not a good sign.
So
basically, he's not going to pitch the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So basically, that knee's an issue for the rest of his career.
It might be, yeah. If there's no structural damage, it's still bothering him. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, that smells of arthritis. Stuff. You know what I mean? Like you said, no structural damage, and it's just a cranky knee. That's you usually get that when you're in the 60s.
Yeah, I was gonna say that usually sounds like one of those old like, hey, well, have you met a leave? because
Yeah.
you're going to need it. Because that bitch going to hurt.
Eflin will go through a really aggressive strengthening program, but won't resume mound work until he's making better progress in his recovery. The right-hander's injury isn't expected to end the season, but it's unclear when he'll be able to join the Phillies.
So he's done. Whenever you miss this much time, there's always like 3 or 4 starts they need just to get their arm back up anyway. You know what I mean? Which is 2 weeks. So it's done.
There's not enough moves out there to sort of get us where we want to be. So, what 1 to 2 moves can be good enough where we'll believe in this baseball team in the second half?
I got 2 moves for you. Ramon Laureano, center fielder, Oakland, and Tyler Mahle, starter, Reds. Those are the 2 moves I would make, and they're both available.
I feel like I like Laureano until he plays here, and I see him every day. Like, he feels like one of those guys.
He can field it though.
No, I know, Wills. I know. I watch him enough. I get it. I just feel like he's the guy I get, and when I see him for a long period of time, I start to hate him.
Because especially
honestly, Tom,
he's under control too. That's the other side of it
but
too.
I
right?
have different vibes. Okay, Greg. So he is under control. I was gonna say I have the vibes of like he comes in like fucking. Oh my God, who do we have? Who is the lefty dude? That's Corey Dickerson. He comes in like Corey Dickerson, plays great for us. We still stink, and then he's just not on the team again next year. Well, that's fun. Corey Dickerson played great for us. I thought we should have kept him.
Yeah.
No, I'd take him right now.
He's probably still hitting. He's probably still hitting for sweeps cards.
Unless he's hurt.
Yeah, he's playing. They can't beat the fucking Reds, but he's playing.
Can't beat the Reds heading to Toronto without their best players. Might be a rough week.
Yeah, Laureano's got his arbitration years coming up, so he's still under control.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he ain't bringing a fucking steroid with him, I don't want him to catch a fucking 160 game ban, right? Because he already caught an 80.
Yeah,
the next one would be a big one. Would be a real big one. So yeah, hopefully we can have a discussion with him and say that shit's no longer a thing, right?
I know how it goes in Philly, and that needle will be in his bag when he gets off the flight. So he'll get jammed up right when he gets off the flight.
I mean,
that's
first off, he wouldn't have trouble. He wouldn't have trouble finding any sort of needle in Philly. Okay, so he don't have to bring it with him. All right, let's be honest here.
Yeah, Kenyon's right around the corner.
A lot of places right around the corner.
I'm kind of in that same wavelength, though, Tommy. I mean, I'm not. I like Laureano, like Mahle. There's a couple other guys too, like specifically, Benintendi, that are out there. But I think you go center fielder to starting pitching. I think those are the 2 biggest needs, because what we found through this stretch of when we were playing good, and I think we posted the stat a couple of days ago about the bullpen. What's been nice is our starting pitching has gotten length with Thompson, right? With Thompson being here, our starting pitching has extended their starts to where our bullpen isn't as exposed as it was earlier in the year. And with that, and with them having their roles, our bullpen has pitched very well. So
yeah,
while I agree, we could always use an arm, in the bullpen. That's always going to be there, right? But I think you get the likes of, Jojo Romero coming back. You know what I mean? Those types of guys. Not that he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but with the bullpen as it currently is, I think the starting pitching is the biggest need from our staff right now.
Yeah,
and
because of the question mark with
fielder,
Eflin, you're correct. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you can. It's easier for me anyway. I think it's easier to add one of those 2 stud prospects in your bullpen for a stretch run. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't have to. You
can always do that too, yeah.
It's innings out of these cats. I just need you one time. Give me an inning. You know what I mean? Give me everything you got for an inning. Lube it up. Everything you got. Lube it up. Lube it up for an inning. And, see what you get out of those 2 young bucks. Yeah.
But I think the other side deal too is
the pen's been great.
DFA Familia. Just DFA him right now. Just get him out of here.
I fucking hate his face. There's always somebody. Now that Odubel hasn't been playing, it's fucking Familia. I've radared in. It's fucking Familia. I hate his face. Get him back on the Mets. Get back to the Mets.
I hated his face before he was even here. You know,
I know. I just fucking hate him. I hate his guts.
Well,
And Dombrowski, just because he doesn't want to admit it, right? That's a Dombrowski move. He's only
fucking
around here because
stinks.
Dombrowski doesn't want to admit that he made a bad move.
I mean, I know he got hit around, like a bunch of people got hit around yesterday in the 10th inning, but Brad Hand has actually been pretty good. That's actually been a pretty good move. He's been good. Alvarado's been good before yesterday. Knebel's been better as now that he's not closing. It's just Familia. Familia is the issue. Everyone else has been pretty good. Familia is the issue. He fucking stinks. Flat out stinks.
Yep.
I guess what? If I'm in the box against Familia, I'm getting a hit. I guarantee it right now. Fucking out of shape, terrible. Fucking haven't swung a bat in probably like an actual bat against a fucking actual baseball, like not fucking softball, in years, and I get a hit off Familia.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I'm gonna get hit off. I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna.
Yeah, I know you and Soups are getting hits. That's why I didn't even bring.
No, I'm not gonna tell you I'm getting hit. I'm just gonna tell you I'm getting on base. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm probably gonna draw a walk in 5 pitches because I'm not swinging. I'm not swinging until you throw me 2. So
he ain't throwing it too.
Yeah, he throws me 2. I tip my cap and we battle with 2 now. But my belief is going into that a bat every time versus Familia, throw me 2 strikes and then we'll start competing. Until that, the bat's on the shoulders with him.
No, absolutely. I understand what you're saying.
He's such a fucking terror.
So I have a similar mentality. Like, I look for the ball up against him. You know what I mean? Because that's, his sinker and his splitter were devastating whenever he was semi-productive in the big leagues. He had one good year. You know what I mean? So, but in order for that to happen, you got to get ahead, dum-dum. In order for you to throw something that, in order for you to collect letters, in order for you to throw stuff that disappears, you got to get ahead in the count, fucking dummy.
Yeah, or else no one's gonna swing at it. Okay, that's not a strike. Thanks.
Yeah, like we thought we didn't like Alvarado, and Familia said hold my beer. But I'll say one thing about Alvarado. They sent him down to get him right, and credit to him, he got himself right. So why not do the same thing to Familia? He's not going to get himself right, but you give the guy an opportunity. You say, go ahead, bro, go fix yourself for 10 days.
Yeah,
we'll see you in a little bit if you fix it. Right?
I like to throw him on. He's like, this is an IL time for him. There's an issue, shoulder issue, IL,
forearm strain,
IL.
I'll tell you one thing, I do like this out of the Padres. They made him go to Edwin Diaz because they came back a little bit here. So I know.
Yeah, I would love I don't even know his name. The guy batting 9th, would love him to get a hit because I don't know what's happening because I'm on the phone, but I have a fucking showdown stack that's definitely doing well. Because I had Alonso as captain, he's had a monster night. I had Lindor, Machado. Let's go.
You guys said you two have said
first and third, no outs.
You guys have said some good names. So, I'm just going to stick with like the positional side. Yeah, I think it's a center fielder and either a starter or something that you feel like helps you in your pen, right? So I don't think it has to be one or the other. If you feel like something's out there that brings your pen some more juice, then good. Then you become a better, even better bullpen team. And that makes up for from lack of starting pitching maybe at times. And lengthens you some other places. I would rather have the starter, but I want the better pitcher.
Honestly, Tommy, I hear you on that, but I at this point I want the starter because Billy Falter just can't start.
Well, I mean there should be a guy in AAA or AA that can start games. So I had enough of that act. Okay?
I don't think there is.
Well, no, because they don't want to start. Maybe there isn't, but they know they're not clock starters. Make sense? So they'll yo-yo to death. They'll yo-yo people to death until it's something you really need. Like, okay, hey, we got to get some juice in our lineup. Derek Hall's been really hot. We'll bring him up. Right? That's how they operate. All right? When they're almost forced, they're forced to. They're forced to because the guy is hitting that well, and you're struggling offensively. So, and you got a DH spot open. So you're like, okay, I can go do this. Right? But what my thing is, I want it's cliche, but I want the better of the two. So if the better of the two is a reliever, sign me up. If the better of the two is a starter, sign me up. I'm not trying to cop out. I'm just sort of talking about what you guys were saying. And I just need a center fielder, period. I need somebody who can go get a baseball. I need somebody I can trust out there for the next month and a half of baseball, right? It's not hard what I need. Now, will they be able to pull it off? Will they be able to do it? That's a story for another day. But if they come out here and they try to sell you or us as a fan base on Matt Vierling and a Dubal Herrera combo, like, move a Dubal. Move him in a package that include nobody wants him, but move him in a package with Moniak and some other guys.
Kensington. Move him in a package to Kensington.
Maybe like maybe you sweeten it with some prospects. You get rid of the contract, right? You move on from
McNeil.
You move on from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like,
scored.
it's not a big deal. You can package things with him for somebody to say, all right, I'll take this on, and then you get something in return that can bring you value. The big thing they have to do next year, and I hate to do next year because we gotta try to make the playoffs now. But they're gonna have to go out and spend money because this is what they put themselves into, and they're gonna have to go get Trey Turner, and they're gonna have to overspend for Trey Turner, but they're gonna have to go get Trey Turner because they got major issues up the middle moving forward. Like you have Stott, and that's it. Realistically moving forward.
Yeah.
So what's your other issue?
Regardless of where you play him.
Yeah, I mean, I like Stott at second base, so I got no problem with him there. But this is listen. I didn't say stupid money. So
it doesn't have to be Trey Turner, though, Tommy. I love the Trey.
Let me finish.
Okay.
You give me a bunch of other fucking names.
No, I just got one name. I only got one.
He was linked here by himself, okay, in a conversation about like playing with Bryce Harper again. All I'm going to say is you put yourself in the stupid money conversation when none of your guys in the farm system come up and produce. So if you had something out there that like wowed me this year, or at least like tickled my balls, like if Moniak hit, then I'd say, okay, like you don't need to go out and get another big name. But you do, because this is the situation you put yourself in. You're a top 5 market. You haven't produced a farm system in a decade, okay? So guess what? You already, once you signed Harper, you're all in to spending money, like it or not, when you don't develop from the minors up. If you develop from the minors up and you were like the Cardinals or other good organizations that we feel like have done a good job with, the Braves, right? Some of the other organizations, this is off the top of my head, that have done a good job with bringing guys up and that are major league ready, then fine. But you haven't done that. So the second you don't do that, right, I'm going to link names that have been linked to you in some way and say, well, guess what? That guy wants $200 million. Guess you got to give him $200 million. I mean, I'm just throwing a number out, joking around. But whatever that number is, you got to pay that because listen, you're gonna, Stott and Segura would be good up the middle. I'm not telling you it wouldn't be like next year, right? Like you're right. Okay, it would be good, but okay.
I don't think the Dodgers are gonna let him leave.
No,
but I hear you though,
and I don't think you're wrong. I mean,
they pay him all though.
Then you become, and you're right. I'm saying then you become, the Yankees of years ago, and you better win though. You know what I mean? So like, if you're gonna open it up and you're gonna do it, you better win, because then you got 5 guys in that lineup making $100 million. Yikes!
Honestly, I look at
winning right now, right? I mean, they should be winning right now. We shouldn't even have to talk about this, but like we talked about earlier on, the guys in this lineup at the lower level of this lineup haven't produced at all, and then the guys at the top haven't been consistent or produced. So you're in a tough spot where you got to just go spend it then, and then hope.
You know who I like? Who's the winner? Carlos.
Real quick. No, I like Carlos Correa. Real quick, Wells, because that's a really good name. But my point is, you need to spend the money and hope. Some of your picks over the last 3 years.
They didn't fire on him this year when they should have. You know what I mean?
Some of your picks over the last 3 years.
Well, he's only on 1 year deal though, Sweeps.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying you can't get back in it, but like why didn't they get back in it this? You know what I mean? Like,
no, I hear you. But I just like Carlos Correa. I feel like he's cheaper than Trey Turner. Trey Turner is a great name. I would love Trey Turner. Don't get me wrong. I just think Trey Turner is not going. I mean, that's not realistic.
Not everybody, right? And I'm sure they got shortstops coming up. So I mean,
they have Lux playing second, who was a shortstop.
Well, who do they got in their minors? I guarantee a top 5 prospects a shortstop.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
Probably. Taking a stab, just stabbing away here, seeing if it sticks to somebody.
Lux is starting to hit for them.
No, yeah, no, he's not. I'm not saying he's a bust. I'm just saying, just looking at him, play defense, like he's not a shortstop anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think he's definitely made the transition. He's played good second base this year.
You know what I mean?
Top 5, Greg.
He's played good second base this year.
Yeah.
He's young. He's a rookie ball.
10, top 10 prospect. Okay.
Their number 5 is everything but shortstop in the infield. First, second, third. He's their number 5. He'll probably be up next year.
Yeah, I mean,
Vargas.
I assume that they're going to give Trey Turner a bunch of money because they're top right now. Mookie Betts, Trey Turner, Freddie Freeman. I mean, they start every game 1-0. It's crazy. It's like, and I look at it, it's like Mookie Betts single, Trey Turner single, Freddie Freeman double, RBI. Like what? Every day.
Well, there's another winner.
Freddie Freeman has his average has gone up like 65 points in the past fucking 3 weeks. He's been on absolute fucking fire.
Freddie's obviously a winner, but Trey's a winner too.
Yep.
How about the fact that Julio Rodriguez got hurt in the home run derby, huh? That's pretty funny.
Oh, did he?
I mean, he had to get an MRI today on his wrist.
Wow.
And he hasn't played since the home run derby.
Jesus, 70 home runs. Oh, my God. Shows bruising, no structural damage, you just said.
Duvall having season-ending surgery for the Braves.
Wow. Yeah.
They're probably going to – I would assume they're going to make a move. Bring Jorge Soler right back. Hey, Jorge, how are you?
Hip, hip.
Jorge. Great commercial.
Any other names, guys?
I mean, Edwin Diaz. No, not for a trade. Edwin Diaz has been absolutely outstanding for them.
I hate him.
I saw Mitch Haniger's thrown out there.
He is.
I don't know why. I know he's hurt right now, but I don't know why.
Yeah, but Seattle's playing good ball. They're not going to trade Haniger. I like that's a good name, Mitch Haniger, but he's going to play for Seattle.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a bit of a log jam over there because obviously Rodriguez is their center fielder now. But I would assume that Haniger's going to play left or right.
Yeah,
Kyle Lewis is back healthy again.
Yeah, it's been a high ankle sprain. It's been lingering him all year. I released him from fantasy.
I like Mitchie Poo though. He can hit.
I love Haniger.
Yeah. Fordo is available. I don't think he can play center field anymore though.
I'll take him. He's on anybody's team, right?
No, he's a free agent.
Free agent.
Wow. Into August. I knew. I thought that was cute early on, but I'm like, I thought for sure. I thought I just missed it. Wow. Jeez and crackers. Nobody. The fuck was he? What were you?
What the fuck are we waiting for? Call him the fuck up already. What are we waiting on?
Boris, what are you asking for? I mean, Jesus.
This guy was your firstborn, 40 acres. What's going on here?
My goodness, wow.
What's Conforto asking for, guys?
I'm saying, I absolutely punt the tires on that and see what's going on.
I just want to know what he's asking for. Like, why is no? It's like what is like Conforto's. I'm not picking up the phone. That's $20 million a year. Like, Michael, you didn't have a very good year last year. How about we'll give you 4?
Yeah, Mike. This isn't Oregon State, Mike. I mean, pick up the phone.
Kansas City's an interesting team. Their entire outfield potentially is available. When you look at Merrifield, you look at Taylor, you look at Benintendi, right? Only Taylor is the true center fielder in that group. But Merrifield instantly and Benintendi, the way he's playing right now, both of them instantly come into your top of your lineup and improve it.
If you can get Whit Merrifield, you fucking come right in your jockeys.
Yes, absolutely.
You like some wet to get sweeps.
Yeah, guys, Army, nice, fantastic player. Don't cancel us for that, but you definitely come in your jockeys. Absolutely. Fantastic player.
I just watched that Seinfeld episode where they tell us Kramer that he's got low sperm count. He's got to stop wearing jockeys. And he's like, how do you wear these boxers? They're riding them all over the place. I can't wear them. And then next time he comes in, he's like, Jerry's like, oh, looks like he adjusted the box. He's like, nope. And he's like, go back to the jockeys.
Nope, come
wrong again. He's like, no. Are you telling me? Oh yeah, Jerry. I'm out and I'm loving every second of it.
Thin gabardine, a layer of thin gabardine between me and you.
I'm out and I'm loving every second of it. What a great show.
Fantastic.
Conforto is currently rehabbing an April shoulder surgery.
Like I said, I thought he got surgery and they said he was just going to be out all year or something.
Teams are checking in on him because now he's no longer tied to a compensatory pick.
Oh.
Ironically, now that the draft is over, there's no compensation associated with signing Michael. We got 4 phone calls this morning. But he still is. He is technically hurt. Yeah, I mean, I think it's iffy if he plays the end of the year. If Conforto's going to play in 20 September as a DH.
Yeah, so we had those.
Sorry,
so,
we already have that.
Yep. we have a better one than you. So yeah, we don't need that. What I want to know is Harp going to have to get fucking Tommy John?
Potentially in the offseason.
Yeah, I'm saying if he does, if they just decide that he has to get it, they should just fucking get it the day after the season ends. Just get it.
Yeah.
Literally the day after, because then you would think he probably misses like 8 months. As not a pitcher, it's usually about 8 months, I think. So then he would probably be back by like June, maybe next year. Because we need him in the outfield. If he can't play the outfield, it's fucking bad for us.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to be in the outfield the rest of the year, I would assume.
Well, he wouldn't be in the outfield for a majority of next year too.
Well, no, he would probably be back. He probably could be back by June. But yeah, I mean, he would miss the first 2 months. Yeah.
I don't know how much throwing he's doing when he comes right back.
Fucking Justin Bieber got lit up again.
I think like 8 months though, Tommy. Right? I think Didi came back in like 8 or 9 months when he got it from the Yankees.
We should put him back on the DL.
Oh wow, what a catch!
Yeah, that was a great catch. And that wasn't even number one. Bermuda Triangle type? Oh my goodness.
Would have loved one of them.
Yeah.
And they're Baltimore's a team that might go after shortstop. Oh, they just drafted the kid. That's right, I forgot.
They drafted the kid and their top prospect.
Mateo has been a struggle.
Their top prospect, Gunnar Henderson, is a shortstop too.
Yeah, one of those guys is moving over. Him or Holiday will move over. You got Atlee Rushman up to behind the dish. You got Holiday and you just mentioned and
Gunnar.
Well, and if you keep Mullins, they're you build up the middle.
Yep. I like the way the Orioles are headed.
Orioles could be back to the '90s Orioles.
They got some of their young pitchers are starting to pitch pretty well. That's what's been big for them.
That's their key, right?
Yeah,
it sucks too because we like to see the Orioles play well because they're somewhat at least close to us, and anybody who beats up on the Yankees is good enough for me. But they're never going to be a serious contender year in and year out for the NL East just because of where they're at.
How would you like to be you definitely got to call the A's. I mean, we just got off the All-Star break, and they left fucking Blackburn in there to fucking roasty toasty today.
Yeah, they did.
4 innings,
they did.
10 hits, 10 earnings. 10 hits, 10 earnings. I'd be like, hey, I'm screaming in the dugout. Hey, asshole, we just got off the All-Star break, dude. Go to somebody. Obviously, I'm horse shit today. Can you come get me?
he threw a negative 52 for me. Thank God he was on my bench.
Hey Paul. Did you enjoy your first All-Star game? Because we're gonna let you get roasted today.
They wouldn't even fly him.
Yeah, he hopped in with the asses. Like, we'll take Paul. We'll take Paul.
What a horrible fucking employer.
I'll tell you what, that is an embarrassing look there.
Yeah.
Get the guy a private jet. Jesus Christ. My God.
He's going to fly commercial. Really?
What are we doing? Calf off here? What's going on here? Calf off? Nice legs, though. Nice fucking walking sticks.
I never know what you guys are watching.
ESPN.
I have ESPN on currently.
Yeah, same here.
I should probably turn it off. I didn't see any legs. I don't know what the fuck was he was talking about. Tom, I'm waiting on that one.
Meatloaf. I never know what you guys are doing.
I seen what's called wore a little clown nose today in the dugout.
Who?
Victor Robles, after what Man Bum said yesterday.
Oh, that's really original. Is that?
Yeah.
Is that Clay chugging a beer? Who was chugging that beer?
Yeah, it was Clay.
I'm going to turn this off. I can't watch this. I despise
I pulled up the list of potential center field free agents next year.
Robles
not good. Not good at all.
Yeah, it's like nobody.
I mean, Kiermaier's your top name. Then you go Kiki, Hernandez, and then
I do like
back
Kiki.
to our old friend Odubel.
It is Clay.
So
I do like Kiki. Kiki, do you love me?
hopefully the guy we potentially trade for or
Chugging
go after is back next year. Is under control, because that would be the best case scenario.
Yeah, well, Ramon Laureano. It's gotta be done. Like I feel like why are we even wasting time? It should be the move should be made tomorrow. Just get it done. It's got to be done. You know the A's will trade him.
It would make sense for sure. You're absolutely right.
I mean, legitimately, it has to be done. We have a fucking hole in center field. We can't fill it. We've been trying to fill it. We can't fill it. Our luck, he'll fucking get popped for PEDs again. But at least we don't get play center field.
Hey, go down trying.
That's great.
Give yourself a puncher's chance.
But yeah, I want Laureano, and I'll take what Merrifield. I'll take any of those Kansas City guys. I'll even take Michael A. Taylor if we have to, just because I know he plays good center field, and he's not a great hitter, but he can run into a couple. Honestly, I want a center fielder. I want a starting pitcher. I know we're not going to get Castillo or fucking Montes, who are like the gems of the deadline here, but I would really like Tyler Mahle. There's other guys out there that I wouldn't mind. Tyler Mahle's like top of my list as like one of the other guys.
Yeah, I mean, you look at possible free agents in the starting pitching: Chris Price or David Price, Chris Sale, Carlos Rodon, Thor.
Yeah, he
Morton, Uncle Charlie. So a bunch of guys with old. I don't.
People keep talking about Syndergaard. Syndergaard stinks, guys. If you watch him pitch, he stinks. I fucking play MLB for Daily Fantasy every day. The greatest thing to do is to stack teams against Thor, because he fucking lets up a lot of hits and he can't hold anybody on. Everyone they just run. No one steals bags anymore. They steal all over him. He can't hold anybody on. I know if he came here, I'd lose my fucking mind. Which means we'll probably trade for him. Oh, shit.
Don, are you sure you want me to answer how old David Price is?
37.
Don't ask Greg.
Yeah, we definitely don't want Craig to answer that. I'll say 26. David's 26. Did you know that?
He's 26.
Pitched in 08 when he was 11.
Greg, kindly bail out of that question, please.
He's 36.
Yeah, I mean, I guess 37. I figured it was right around there.
He's about to be 37 in August.
Yep. Figured. Makes sense.
Yep.
Makes sense. I remember when he was at Vandy.
Mm-hmm.
He was a stud. And guess what? When the Rays went to the World Series against us, they had him. He was coming out of the pen. If you remember,
yeah.
In the playoffs, they called him up. He was coming out of the pen. He helped them beat Boston.
Yeah. Rob, I don't know after that run if Baltimore is going to give up on Mullins. I think that's probably someone they're going to try and want to build around. I love the name, though.
Yeah, it's a great name. I would almost say, I feel like Mullins is the guy they're going to keep. I think the other guy that's available for them, it would be Santander, however you want to say his name. Who I like. I do like Anthony Santander.
Yeah, he's more of a corner guy, though.
Yeah, he's not really a center fielder.
Yeah.
He doubles as a bank.
He definitely doubles as a bank. I mean, we're going to Pittsburgh next week. You want just let Brian Reynolds come over to your dugout and just kidnap him.
Yeah, he's hurt, though, right?
Is he?
Yeah, he's hurt. I love Brian Reynolds, though. That's a phenomenal name. I feel like that's almost unachievable because of how much I think he's extremely good. To me, Ramon Laureano is Brian Reynolds is way better than Ramon Laureano. Ramon Laureano would be great. Brian Reynolds is a much better player.
We'll return from a right oblique strain in short order. That was from 2 days ago.
Yeah, he's been out.
Well, 10 days. Eligible to come back anytime.
Yeah, I would think his 10 days over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he might be back soon. So, listen, Greg, I would love Brian Reynolds. That's a great name.
Him and Mullins were guys I thought we should have pursued in the offseason, right? You know what I mean? Like to go in with your starting center fielder because we saw what was becoming of our platoon in center field, right?
Yeah, we
we
got
all,
big.
we all
we
could
got
kind of
big
see
eyes.
through that smoke. We could all see through that smoke that it wasn't really happening.
We got big eyes when Mickey had a good spring. You know, we always forget that, like fucking guys. We always forget guys throw fastballs all spring.
and it sucks that
you
the
ain't
kid
gonna
got
see a
hurt.
lot of them in the regular season.
It sucks because I'm sure he probably had a lot of confidence going into the year, right? And we'll never know what that would have potentially turned into because I think you mentioned it earlier. I know I mentioned it last week. That this might be the end of the Mickey Moniak.
I mean, I think it has to be.
Experiment, right?
I think it has to be. Like he needs.
I know. Tommy's
change of scenery. I think he still has a little value right now.
I know Tommy's
probably
mentioned that
decreasing
before.
by the moment.
Yeah, there's always going to be someone that's going to, be able to think they can fix him.
Yeah, of course. He's not that old. 23, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously, someone will take him. But I'm out. I'm out on Moniak.
Yeah.
I'm out. Time's yours.
He was given every opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, him and Hazley. And he's been gone. I saw him go 0 for 4 for the White Sox the other day. I'm like, oh, look, Hazley got a start. That's nice. That's cute. I think they sent him right back down because Jimenez is back.
Rubber room. Back to the rubber room.
But he might come back up because Lou Bob's hurt again.
Yeah, Lou Bob's out.
Yeah, motherfucker. I have him in 2 fantasy leagues.
Lou Bob.
I tell you what, I had a bad weekend, but I like how, like, I'm not sure if everyone's league is like this, but it's like all next week is all part of this week. Since it was only for a 3-day week.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh, nice.
Extended week.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't have to worry. I'll start worrying about like Thursday.
The A2D one was extended this week, and my other one is 2 weeks this week. Like I'm sorry, like these 4 days and next week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, the A2D was just these last 4 days. They added on. So yeah, both were like 10-dayers.
Beautiful.
Don, I don't have to guess. I can tell you, it's 47.
Boom.
Don.
He's got career 129 batting average.
Killing it.
1 home run.
Killing
5 RBIs.
Killing it. How many at bats? 92.
93.
Oh, I almost buried that. I don't have no. That was a straight guess. 93 at bats, 5 RBIs. Yeah, he's had a good run.
He's got a run.
93 at bats, 5 ribs. How about? Did you see my favorite stat that I saw today because it was
He only has 12 hits. He only has 12 hits.
It was Barry Bonds' 58th birthday today. And I was like, man, Barry Bonds 58? And I was like, I remembered like, oh, yeah, he was hitting homers at 42. I forgot about that. But fucking Barry Bonds in 2004, when he walked like a million and a half times, he had 300. He was on base 376 times. He had 373 at-bats on the season. He was on base more times than he had at-bats. That's amazing. That's incredible.
Barry's pretty good.
It's fucking incredible.
Solid year.
Yeah, decent year. Not bad. Decent year. 215 walks. Decent year. 215 walks. That's comical.
Like probably 50 eventual.
I think it was like 90.
Right.
I think it was like really high. Extremely high. And it's like every time he batted after the 6th inning, they just intentionally walked.
Utah, give me 4.
Yeah. Nowadays they don't have to throw it anymore. They would just tell him, you might as well just stand on first. Why don't you just go head over there?
Give me 4.
That 2004, he had 120 intentional walks.
Vinny Massington tried telling me today that he started taking steroids in '92. I'm like, dude, no, it's 2000. I forget what the Balco guy's name was. What was that guy's name? Didn't he go to jail? A guy that was linked to Bonds. Forget his fucking name, but he was the one that said, like 2000 is when he started giving him this shit.
Tony something.
Yeah, something. I forget what his name was. He's a douchebag.
Yeah.
But so I mean, Barry Bonds. The reason I hate Barry Bonds is he's always been a dickhead, but I don't really care about that. But Barry Bonds is a fucking guy he's like a top 20 player of all time without steroids. And he becomes the best player of all time with them because his numbers are just outrageous.
Victor Conti.
Fucking outrageous. Victor Conti. Bang, there you go. Victor Conti. Cocksucker.
Yep.
But yeah, Bonds' numbers are outrageous. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. You could, from like 01 to 05, you couldn't pitch to the guy. Just couldn't pitch to him. If you threw him a strike, he hit it really hard. And the other times he just walked him. Crazy. His on base percentage from 01 to 05 is like it's something absolutely insane. I think he had an OPS one year of like 1,400 something. 1,400 OPS. Most ridiculous. Goldschmidt is having a phenomenal year. He has like a 1060. He had 1,400 for the season. It's incredible. He has the highest slugging ever, highest on base ever, most homers ever. Like his numbers are outrageous.
That's where
That was 04.
Like so.
That's why I hate him.
Tremendous job by you spelling it out because it's all factual. That's where sweeps becomes because I can sort out being a dick. There's plenty of guys that are dicks, and I don't like them, and I wouldn't take that away from me. And I know everybody was putting needles in her ass. When you make a mockery of the fucking game, that's why. Sorry, Bear. Sorry, bud.
Yeah. I know he was pissed off. I know he was pissed off. Like, oh, everyone fucking. I'm the best player in the league, but everyone loves McGuire and Sosa. But my God, Bear. My God.
Everything you just named, he made a mockery of the game, and that's why. Keep watching. Keep watching through the chain link fence, Bear. All right, buddy? That's all, because I know your ego's killing you. I know it's killing you to see fucking Big Papi on the podium today. It's killing you. It's killing you. You made a mockery of it. All right? And like you said, guy was a fucking Hall of Famer in Pittsburgh. Right? When he looked,
absolutely.
Like a fungus.
Three MVPs, 8 Gold Gloves, 7 Silver Sluggers.
I'll just keep watching through the chain link fence, buddy. Pay your ticket to go see. All right, and I don't care. And if it happens, it happens. Ain't gonna change my day. I just laugh about it because for that same
And a rookie of the year.
For the absolute reason you said.
Oh no, he's 6.
I don't think he won rookie of the year.
Take everything out about being a dick and being all that shit and being aloof. When you made a mockery of the game, that's what I'm saying. And you know, because he was that good, and then you became immortal.
yeah. Your numbers are ridiculous.
Yeah,
absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Worrell won the Rookie of the Year that year.
Yeah,
Barry Bonds was 6.
Todd.
Yeah, I don't think Bonds played a whole lot though. That's probably why, or just maybe he just struggled early. But I mean, you start looking at it, Greg. His
400 at bats.
Once 1990 hits, the dude's. I mean, his numbers are spectacular. Every year.
Yeah.
He's 50.
I think Todd
what's it called?
Played 37 games that year.
Somebody tried to tell me that he was only Vinny Massington was trying to say, oh, he was averaging like 25 homers and 280 average a year before steroids. I'm like, that's not true at all, dude. He was stealing 50 bags, hitting 35 homers, and winning MVPs on Pittsburgh. Like, did you forget that? Won 3 MVPs on Pittsburgh, or maybe 2, and then one on San Fran in the 90s before the roids.
No, he won 3. No, 2, and he was second one year.
He was a
and then one on San Fran, like right when he got there, right, like 96.
He did everything. Yeah. He did everything except
93.
You know what I mean? He'd hit. He hit for power. He ran well, and he was a tremendous left fielder. So,
yeah, great fielder. 8 Gold Gloves.
Yep.
all before the roids, because once he took the roids, he couldn't run anymore.
Then he won 4 straight.
He had 450 home runs, 450 stolen bases, 3 MVPs, 8 Gold Gloves, 7 Silver Sluggers. That you're a Hall of Famer right there. Bang, Hall of Famer. And then he took roids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then he was a superhero.
Then if you throw him a strike, he hit it really hard, and then so teams just didn't throw him strikes anymore after that. And his on base percentage was 700.
Yeah. Like, that's how easy he made it look. You're absolutely right. Like, it's like, oh, you throw him a strike, he hit it in the bay. It's like, dude, that's hard to do. That's hard to fucking do.
One pitch in the bat, right? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, listen,
he's getting one.
I mean, my dad
He's
always
getting one, and it's going.
my dad always said, he's like, listen, obviously the steroids help. The steroids help you with. I feel like mainly it helps you as like you don't get worn down. As like everyone else is worn down, and you're fucking still rolling. You know what I mean? That's why I think it helps you the most. Don't really help you. Don't help you hit the ball. But that dude already had a ridiculous hand-eye and know of his zone so well that if you threw the dude a strike, he was gonna hit it fucking hard, real hard.
Exactly.
He was in such a zone. He was in a 5-year zone, just roided up and just ripping baseballs.
Like Tom, Arnone, that's when you become a superhero. You know what I mean? Because he was already awesome. So it just, he was just absolutely just taking that superpower juice. You know what I mean? And just, it made him immortal.
Yeah, get rid of the dog days of summer, right? So now you go from hitting 30. They're being able to hit 50 plus every year.
Yeah.
And
it's like, 47. How about 70? Okay.
Yeah, there's no downtime. Like there's no like, oh, my body,
Sosa hit 58. Okay, I'll hit 74.
I always thought that part of it was funny. Like outside of like, these guys, I got no time for the steroid game, right? But like that's what I always thought was funny. Like, oh yeah, you guys want to hit 60? You too? Hold on.
That's cute. I'll hit 74 and 250 at bats because I'll walk 200 times.
Yeah. And that goes to Sweep's point. Every ball's hitting the bag. I mean,
remember, if you remember, they had splash shots at one point. It was like 200 splash shots, 191 by Bonds, and that's 9 by other people.
And that's why Wilson already knew he was right. But that's where it came from. So that was 90. That was 98, 99. So when he saw that, that's when the ego and the jealousy said, all right, fuck these 2 tomato cans. I know what I can do. So now
he said, oh, everyone loves these guys. I'm the best player in baseball.
Yeah, it's time for me to stick a needle in my ass. Yeah. In 2000, I'm going to show you I'll hit 100. If you throw me strikes, I'll hit 100.
Yeah, so he hit 40. I think he hit 47.
More than that.
47 or 48 in 2000. And then 2001 is when he absolutely just was ridiculous. Hit 74. And then after that, the next like 4 years, he didn't make outs. His numbers are absolutely insane. He won 4 straight MVPs, I think.
4 straight, yep.
Yeah. That's how. And without him, Pujols wins like 7.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because it had to go to Bonds. Like Pujols is having ridiculously monster years. 330, 335. 40 homers, 30 stolen bases, and he's not even sniffing a vote. No, he's second place by a mile.
How good? Well, I mean, Bonds was insane, but that's how sick Albert was. Like Albert could have won 7 MVPs. If Bonds would have fucking rode off in the sunset, fucking pig.
Hey, Barry, you've done enough.
Fucking Albert was 330, 35, and 100 every year. And he was getting paid like fucking $50.
Yeah, he sold his rookie deal.
Everybody was mad that he left. I was the only one. Listen, go get yours, bro. You gave us 11 great years. God bless you.
Getting paid $50.
Oh, Sammy Sosa. He does look like the pig. Holy shit.
Guy fell in a fucking vat of acid. Acid. Guy dipped his balls in a vat of acid.
Sammy. Yeah, he's a wild looking guy now. Sammy is. I never knew that shit existed. I always thought Michael Jackson made that shit up, but apparently it does exist, huh? In Patago, whatever the fuck that shit's called. I always thought Michael. Michael had some sort of surgery. He didn't just turn white. Nope. Apparently you can.
Michael's got that old money. Michael had that old school money.
Oh, he had old money.
Do whatever he wanted.
And he had fuck you money. No, never mind. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I'm gonna stop. Don't want to get this video flagged. Michael's dead. We'll leave it at that.
Yep. Not a good guy.
No, not. I mean, made great music.
King of pop.
Strange cat.
Yeah.
Strange cat.
King of pop. Leave it at that.
Leave it at that. Yep. Guy had a petting zoo and a fucking petting zoo in an amusement park as a 30-year-old as a 30-year-old billionaire had a petting zoo in an amusement park. Strange cat.
That's what I say.
Connect the dots.
Strange cat.
That's what I say, parents. That's your first alarm clock. All right, hey, come see my petting zoo. All right, and come see my monkey. No, sorry, that was a metaphor.
Monkey's closed. Yeah.
That's what I would say. Mike, you're 30. Shouldn't you be like at the club with a bunch of women? Why you want a bunch of Make-A-Wish kids coming to your petting zoo? Oh, what's going on here? We got issues.
Really like the Billy Goat there. You know what I mean?
We got issues.
Yep.
Calm down, Mike.
When they should have started the investigation.
As soon as he got it built, you know what I mean? As soon as it was built, I'm going to be like, let me sound the alarm on this. You know what I mean? Let me go to somebody. Somebody needs to hear this.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is people did go to somebody, but they're like, hey, it's a king of pop.
He's got one glove. He's horrible.
They're like, again, I'm going to say
guys with two gloves. They're the weirdos. The guy's got one glove. Come on.
They're like, have you heard Thriller? Have you heard Thriller? I mean, Christ, God gets what he wants. What can you say?
Right away. I meet a guy with one glove. I sprint the other way.
The other way, yeah. We're going.
I know that guy's up to no good.
I don't run off him, but I'm running from a guy with one glove for sure.
On the way to me, did you lose the glove? And if you tell me yes, then I'll continue my conversation. If you say no, this is me, I'm out.
That reminds me like the man at Scoutco. He's like, knocked on my neighbor's door. He's got a mask on. First thing on your mask should be, why the fuck is the mask on? I don't care about anything else. Why is the mask on? He's like, you only got one glove. Where's the other glove? What's going on? Don't start a story. Let me know where the glove is.
I can't get past it. I don't care if he was offering me millions. Like, I can't get past it. Where's the glove? Where's the glove?
I don't even care that it's sparkly. Where's the other one?
Oh, man. Fucking right.
That's a whole different discussion I don't even need to have. Where's the other glove?
Rhinestones. Fucking rhinestones.
Oh, shit.
Johnny Cochran. Fucking one glove. Johnny Cochran, one glove.
Crazy.
That's great.
Yeah. That's because when he was like 6 years old, they just locked him in the fireplace, let him out every morning to sing, threw him back in there.
Yep. Nice family.
Joe was a motherfucker. It's crazy. I'll tell you what, though, to tip of the cap to Joe is that he knew where his bread was buttered. As soon as the Jackson 5 started, every hit song, Michael was the lead at like 6 years old. The rest of you sing backup. You can't fucking sing. Yeah. Michael, take the lead. Like Michael's 7. But he's our lead vocalist. Jermaine's 26. Jermaine sings backup.
You're lucky you're still in the band.
Yeah, you're lucky we let you sing. Yeah. You got about 4 years till Janet takes your spot. You're lucky.
TikTok.
TikTok, Jermaine. TikTok.
Castles are ready for Janet. Let's go. See that pity.
Oh shit. I don't know where we were going before that. Before we went off onto the Michael Jackson, but hey,
we're off the rails.
That's what you get on. That's what you get on a Sunday night sometimes.
Greg left. Yeah, we're on the rails. We're
started Shark Week. Can't wait to watch some great whites eat some shit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Shark Week starts tonight.
What channel?
Tonight. Discovery.
Love a good bite. You know what I mean?
So do I. Big fan.
I gotta find it.
I like the ones where they like do like the investigate. Like the great whites are crazy because they go from like way down, like down past the fucking Cuba, way down past like all the, and then every year they go all the way up to Greenland. A lot of them. That's a fucking crazy trek every year. That's why they end up in like Cape Cod area a lot. Right now. There's a dead one that washed up on the shore in LBI this weekend. See that dead 9-foot great white?
Yeah, you definitely can't lease a great white. A lot of miles on
them great whites. Yeah, a lot of miles.
Oh man.
Where the hell?
Wow, washing up on shore. Yeah,
9-footer on the LBI shore this weekend. Great white.
That would be my luck. Just finally get a vacation and walking down the fucking beach and fucking gigantor fucking hits me in the head. Fucking.
Sweeps walks down to the beach first day, like, we found a 10-foot great white on the beach. All right, trip's canceled. And the ocean's off limits.
And we're out.
I'll be on the beach, thank you very much. I won't be going in the ocean.
No.
I'm not an ocean guy anyway. I'll go in a little bit, but I don't know. I've had some times where I probably was, when I was younger, fucked up, went out way too far. I would never do it again.
Yeah, no, I stay in a nice little window. Nice little window.
Yeah, we'll go with the way.
The sandbars down here are pretty fun.
Yep,
You feel like you're further out than, I mean, you're pretty far out, but
I'm
you're
good.
still standing up in your waist.
I
I'll sit up a sandbar.
Yeah,
I love you guys with the sandbar. You know what I mean?
I have
100 feet.
I like to have something underneath me, and then when the wave comes, I just jump up and go, wee! And I just land back there.
If I go out to the sandbar and get a bite, I'm night. You know what I mean? I'm too far now. Now the blood's in the water. Right now, more friends are coming. Friends are coming. So I mean, you guys at the sandbar, you guys act like you're in a perfect spot. You're 100 feet out. All right, you're done. And waist deep on a sandbar. Are you okay?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know sandbars where it goes to, like, ankle deep.
Talk to me about
maybe even like a little sand action. Hence
You're
the
just
term
water.
sandbar. That's not a sandbar if you're waist deep, Greg. That's just you found a spot that wasn't 20 feet out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, enjoy yourself out there.
Oh, no, absolutely. Mosquitoes love me. I mean, a fucking shark would fucking you flaming yacht. Here comes this jerk off.
Look at this guy. Thinks it's a sandbar. What's this fucking moron doing?
Great white open ocean. Hey, call by you guys.
They'll be sniffing you from a mile away. A lot of good Italian food in that guy.
You watch some of these videos on the Shark Week.
They might keep going away. Greg, no dip. You know what I mean?
I watch Shark Week. I know what to do.
I'll tell you what, you watch some of the Shark Week, though, you watch some of these people that, like, get out and swim with the great whites. Like, oh, look at this woman swimming next to me. My luck, if I'm like, a great white's even near me, he's like, look at that guy. Jump. That's the guy I want. Right, there it is.
I love when people try to tell you. They don't want you.
He immediately calls his boy, like, you see this dude, we're eating well tonight. Let's go. Shaboom. There he is. What happened to Wilson? He went down. Oh, no.
Yeah, they fucking crush fucking seals for a living, and they don't want me? I mean, come on. I'm full of fucking Miller Lite and fucking Skittles.
I love when they tell you that, too. Like,
some good marinated meat in there. Marinated with beer.
Fireball, Millers, and Skittles. I mean, I'm a fucking delight.
Millers and Skittles.
Fucking delight.
That's spectacular.
Did you see Skittles have come out and almost be a banned food in the United States?
Rock's on TV again. It's shock. Rock's never on. It's a shame that Rock really starving for work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I got feel for the guy.
Rock definitely doesn't have enough money.
Yeah, like I feel like his phone doesn't ring enough. You know what I mean? Like now he's a fucking face of Shark Week. Like, sit still. That's what I want to say. Wait, I love you, buddy. Sit fucking still. Just once. You're giving me fucking hostage. Sit still.
I mean, dude's definitely gonna be. Is he gonna be president?
There's not even enough hours in a day. There's only 24 hours in a day. Sit still, both of you.
I bet you he runs for president like 20. Give it like 20, he's running for pres.
20 years?
Yeah.
Or 20 minutes?
No, 20 years. 20 years. Maybe 15.
But no, listen. Yeah, I mean, Greg's not out on the sandbar, just to confirm. Greg's just out deep in the ocean. So, yeah, I mean,
there's no sandbars that are what did he say, waist deep? You're just in the middle of the ocean. You happen to find a spot that's 4 feet.
He's waving. Look, I can stand. You're gonna be
sandbars. Just by the name, Greg, sandbars have sand. If you're waist deep, you're just in the water. There's no sand.
This guy climbed in with
like 20.
This guy just climbed in with a camouflage wetsuit. Like, I'm pretty sure the shark still sees you. He still smells you fucking asshole, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing? There's no hiding. You're not in a tree stand.
I love these guys. This is what makes me laugh about this. You know, it's a little too ballsy for my liking. You know what I mean?
I'd absolutely get the cage.
Yeah, but I like it.
Cage.
I would like a cage. I'd like a little cage run.
I watch movies. I know how the cage can go. Yeah, I mean, my luck.
I think that was like 1980s. Right? I think the cages were banned in the
I'm
80s.
gonna die of
Cages are good
something, right? So it might as well be a cool story. Like,
No,
I got ate by
my
a
biggest
shark,
issue,
right?
my biggest issue with the cage, Tom, is like I'm the one that has the cage where something malfunctions and the cage
Yeah.
drops off the boat. Now,
Yeah.
now I'm like a canary in a I'm a canary in a coal mine, just down here. Like, well, I'm in the bottom of the ocean. I can't say anything. I'm in a cage. It's spectacular. I've now become. I've gone from like how we have birds in the house. Now I'm like a shark's bird, just hanging out in a cage down here. All right, this is fun.
Yeah, I've seen Jaws. That's number one. So I don't even go anywhere near the cage. Right, and then like you said, that's a fucking nightmare. I don't trust the people that are operating it. I don't trust anything that's fucking. It's got to be fucking manually done. I don't trust any of that fucking shit. No fucking thanks. Oh my god, get the fuck out of here, these fucking people. No way.
Yeah,
my own dog snapped at me the other day. He killed a fucking rabbit, and I'm going over to investigate. I go, I think you got something. Jesus. I mean, pal, I feed you plenty. He got himself a fucking rabbit. I go over. Oh, bud, what's going on? Fucking dude turns and fucking, it was, so he was protecting his kill. I appreciate that, buddy. Just talk to me. He fucking turns and fucking jumps in my chest. Fucking left hooked him. I fucking left hooked him. Get out of here. And this guy, we're tight. I mean, you think I'm gonna fuck with a fucking great white? Are you nuts?
yeah.
Yeah, we are.
That is great. That is great, though, Tom. They're like, they don't. Sometimes they mistake you for a seal. I think just sometimes they're hungry and they're like, I don't give a fuck what that is. I'm eating that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Long trip back from takeout.
They always eat these dummies. They put a floating dummy in there and they fucking attack the dummy. They don't give a
fuck. It's like what they always say, like, like, have you ever seen that shit where they'll put a fake deer or an antelope or a fake human out in fucking the safari, and they're like, look, the lion will attack the other things first and then the human last. I'm like, yeah, well, because that's what it attacks. That's what it normally attacks. So yeah, it'll attack them first, and then he's like, well, if that's there, we'll attack that too.
Hold on, this guy's
barehanded
like a dog. I mean, he's a dog. This guy.
He deserves to lose his
What channel are we on? What channel are we on?
We're on Discovery. We're here.
Shit, I gotta get back. I gotta get back to Discovery.
We're in the cage, Wells. We're in the cage waiting.
We're in the cage. We're in the cage. We're in the cage.
Channel 7. This guy deserves to lose a hand. I mean, get the fuck out of here.
Look at this guy. He's petting the nose. I mean, get a feel for life one time.
This is incredible.
How's he not getting it up?
Every time I go to the bathroom.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's just hanging there, huh?
I stub my toe every time I go to take a piss in the dark. And this guy's like, yeah, let me pet this fucking guy. No, fuck out of here. I can't take it.
Look at the size of that fucker.
Yeah.
Yikes.
He's cool with it. Look at him.
I wouldn't even be cool just hanging on the edge of the boat right there.
This guy's got to get it.
This is
when I root for the shark. This is when I root for the shark. This is why I tune in and I root for the shark. You know it's not going to happen.
I think we need a bigger boat. Yeah, that's the only thing that upsets me about Shark Week. I love Shark Week, but I wish Discovery just had a running live feed. So if somebody got eaten, we would see it.
Yeah.
Because if somebody got eaten, they would be like, okay, well, we can't show that.
Look at him. He got aggressive, and he's still going back for more. Somebody just rip him off the boat. Like bounce into the boat a little bit. Knock him off a little bit.
That's a big boy, man. Holy kids. Okay, yeah, I'd be freaking the fuck out.
You've had enough.
All
right. Somebody throw this guy down with no cage.
Yeah. Now you're taunting sharks and shit. Like, it's one thing if I fall in the fucking Pacific and then I start punching dudes in their beaks. If I get a punch in the beak, then I'm sorry. I'm just trying to survive here. This guy's actually petting people. This guy's taunting people. He's
got Michael's petting zoo.
He's a Victor Robles of fucking oceanographers. This guy.
Yeah, he's taunting people.
Just showing off. He's a clown.
Oh, look at this. Virtual. We got virtual sharks here.
Oh, jeez. Is
this a commercial or is this?
Yeah, what is going on here?
A jerk off. This guy looks like a jerk off.
Oh, VR game walk the plank.
Oh, it's a little shark. Imagine that. Oh,
we're talking sharks. We talk about anything here.
Yeah, whatever. Yep. Good I hear you. Just down the cage. Like, okay, Is somebody gonna drop a line down and get me, or what's going on down here?
Wilson's gone.
We just chalk that up as a all right. Then you know what that is? That's when they'll hit me on the walkie-talkie like we're gonna need you to get out of the cage and swim up. Like what? Swim up? Swim up? I thought we were out looking at sharks. Now I got to swim up.
Question for you: while I'm swimming, are they removed from the location? Are they removed?
Nope. We've still been chumming. Nope, still chumming. I can still see chum in the water.
Anybody have a visual on the sharks? All right.
Yeah, they're circling right above you. Oh, okay.
And they're like, oh, by the way, you can't go up too fast, so you'll get an air bubble in your lungs and die. So you gotta go up slowly. Oh, okay. That sounds great.
Nobody panic.
I'm gonna need Victor Robles that was on the outside of the ship to hop in and cause a diversion while I slowly float to the top and shit myself. And then they'll tell you, well, don't shit yourself because that'll attract the sharks. Okay, I'll remember that.
We'll hold that in. Hold this one in. We'll wait for later. We're pinching.
I remember reading that in the thing. It was like, if you get caught in the open ocean, if you shit, you should like fucking treat it like a monkey, fucking shit in your hand and throw it because you don't want it around you because it'll attract the animals. I'm like, at that point, dude. At that point, I'm dead. If I'm in open water at that point, it's over. It's over. Yeah. I might just start pissing. Just take me out, dude. I don't want to drown.
It's been 20 days. I've been here for 20 days. How many shits do I have to take?
Just laying like on your back like this. Someone just take me out already.
It's a monkey. He said, "A monkey in the water." How do I
That'd be a great shit in the water. I mean, how do you pull that off?
Yeah,
I don't know how do you pull a throw in the water? If you're just in open ocean, that's a tough throw. You're not on the ground with anything. That's a tough throw. You might fucking drown trying to throw.
Boom, you're dead. Night. Oh my God.
My luck, I try to throw. I get like shit in my hair that I don't even have.
Because that's a problem at that point. I mean, go in for a dip. Water's warm at that point.
Now I get rescued a minute later by a group of chicks that got shit in my hair.
I want to be.
We can't even pick this guy. He's got shit on his hair. Leave there.
I want to be buried with a full shit tank. All right, so fuck that theory. Bury me with a fucking full tank, would you?
Oh shit!
I didn't know that though about the shit in the ocean. Interesting. The new one.
Yeah, that's what they say. Like you should. I
just thought
it'll attract them.
I just thought it was standard operating. I'm in water.
I thought it was an STO. Standard training up.
I'm gonna piss or shit. I'm in water.
I mean, if anyone says they don't piss in the ocean, they're a fucking liar. That's a liar, pants on fire situation.
Oh my God!
Everyone pisses in the fucking.
It's the only reason to go in the ocean half the time.
Let her flow. Big body.
Everyone pisses in the ocean, and if you don't piss in the ocean, what are you doing?
Yeah,
everyone pisses.
I mean, hopefully nobody's shitting in the ocean, but
I don't know. I've definitely never shit in the ocean. I mean, if I was stuck in the ocean, like off a ship, I mean, obviously you're gonna have to shit in the ocean at some point. I've never just shit in the ocean. That's a real aggressive move that I would think that you should probably avoid doing.
Yeah, I haven't tried that in Ocean City yet. Just hanging out on 34th Ave and just have fucking let a fucking fucker out.
Like, wait, is that dude shitting over there right now? No chance he's shitting, right?
There are some countries where they let it rip in the ocean. You know what I mean?
There's some dirty motherfuckers out there.
Yeah, not in the U.S. I mean, I think we're pretty cleaned up around here. I think we're pretty classy. For the goodness, I mean, let her fly. Clear her out. I mean, you won't have to go for another 2 days. Just keep pissing in the ocean. Water's running. It's like a fucking faucet.
If it's wet and it's not my pool, I'm gonna let it rip.
That's great. If it's wet and it's not my pool.
Was that guy Dickie? I remember
Dickie Khan?
last year.
Is he on a boat, Dickie Thon?
24 hours later, Dickie Thon would get hit in the face by a fucking shark. He'd be in trouble. Too soon. Sorry, Dick.
You guys got crumbs?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mine's JJ Redick.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
JJ Redick, because JJ Redick likes to pop off his mouth all the time, and he bit off a little more than he can chew this week. I love Jerry West coming back at him when he tried saying that fucking all them old guys played against plumbers and janitors, and I forget what he said, plumbers, firemen, and janitors or something. He said. And I love Jerry West. Jerry West didn't even really attack him, but he said that, yeah. He talked about Bob Cousy. He was talking about Bob Cousy, Jerry West, a couple guys. And he said these guys all played against firemen, janitors, and fucking something else. I don't know. Plumbers.
I think you said plumbers. Yeah.
Plumbers. Yeah.
What a punk! Wow.
And so, but Jerry West came back. He said, "We're talking about a guy that averaged 12 points a game for his career. He's never done anything in the playoffs." He said at some point stats matter. At some point they matter. And I said I agree. And to me, he's biting off a little more he can chew there. Fucking JJ Redick. Calm down, JJ. Never hit a big shot in your life. You're supposed to be a great shooter. I remember a lot of open shots, a lot of open looks in the playoffs for the Sixers. They didn't go down. So I'd watch it a little bit. Those guys, they're playing against a little more than just fucking firemen and fucking janitors. Fucking plumbers, whatever the fuck you said. It's a stupid fucking comment. And I mean, that doesn't really surprise me much because JJ Redick is a little punk. So Crumb.
Here's exactly what Jerry West said. Obviously, the game is completely different. The athletes are completely different. I know JJ a little bit, a very smart kid and everything, but tell me what his career looked like. What did he do to determine games? He averaged, 12 points a game in the league? Somewhere along the line, numbers count. At that point in time, the players aren't what they used to be. JJ certainly wasn't going to guard the elite players, and so you can nitpick anyone. The only reason I'm talking about him is he was not an elite player. He's a very good player, but he had a place on a team because of his ability to shoot the ball.
Yeah. Everything Jerry Ross just said is flat out true.
Yep.
That's my janitor, JJ Redick. JJ might be part-time janitor.
I don't know who's living where this is, but this is a nice little area here on the Shark Week.
Nice little
What is this little cove, huh? I mean, besides the Great Whites, if that's what they're going out here for. nice little cove.
Good for Jerry West.
Great house until one ends up in your kitchen.
I love those guys. You know what I mean?
I do like Jerry West coming back at him. Dude, know your role, JJ Redick. You're a role player.
That's just
who are you to come at fucking superstars?
Instead of respecting, the greats of every era. You know what I mean? Like I love how everything in this generation is better. We're this bigger and stronger and better. That's the way it is. Like shut the fuck up.
Are we? Because I think the country is way worse.
You're you're a bunch of fucking pussies. So you might be fucking, you might be bigger and stronger. You know what I mean? Like technology and all that stuff and weight rooms and all this fucking bullshit. But you ain't tougher. I got news for you.
100% not tough.
No.
Pussy generation.
Yeah.
The old time dudes would smack you in the mouth, and all the new guys would cry.
Yep.
The physicality of the game was way different then. Much more physical.
Yep, for sure. Sweeps.
Oh, man. No, it has been a slow week. I think when because I think we might have either we were off or might have missed when the whole Miles Bridges thing was going on. So I'm gonna make sure that he always fucking gets it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely, good one.
He's not guilty the other day, so I'm gonna look in the camera. You're a pussy and a punk and a piece of shit. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's the bottom line. All right, Miles. So
and someone's about to give him big money too, which is a shame.
Key at you and the fucking NBA better fucking do something. I'm tired of all this other fucking bullshit, guys. for marijuana and all this shit in the years past, and you got with documented stuff because the other crumbs are the guys that say, well, it's allegedly. Shut the fuck up. You see the fucking you see the fucking things. You see the pictures, you see the videos, you see all that bullshit. We know how it is, right? These guys are fake tough guys, and that's and that's just who they are. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, when the rubber meets the road, right? Those guys got nothing inside. You know what I mean? And one of the greatest, not greatest, but one of the guys that people love to watch. People love to watch Mike, because he had the no socks and he was tough and he fought 30 tomato cans and Mike had all his problems. And when Mike finally got matched up against somebody who can fight, he bit his ear. Because deep down, Mike's a pussy. All right. And you say, sweet Jesus, don't do that. Don't go on a plane. Don't say that. I'm just telling it how it is. You know what I mean? So when you put your hands on women and you do all that suspect stuff, deep down, you got nothing there. You're a pussy. You're a pussy. So I hope they throw the key at you, Miles. And I know it's been weeks away, but didn't want you to get off the hook, buddy.
Yeah, unfortunately, someone's probably going to give him a big deal.
Of course.
He's a free agent right now, I believe, right?
Well, hopefully nobody does, right? I mean,
yeah, someone will, though, unfortunately. But yeah, I know. I hear you, Tom. Hopefully no one does. That'd be great.
Hopefully the league comes together and makes a stand.
I got a couple crumbs. I'll start with Jim Salisbury. I thought that was crummish. I think he's better than that. I think he knows he's better than that. Been doing it for too long. He was looking for something confrontational.
Yeah, he was trying to pick a fight.
Yep, he knows exactly who he's talking to. He knows how Nick's triggered, and I'm not defending Nick in any way. I'm defending the stupid question, which is going to, what's going to come back is a response you probably don't like or something rude, right? And that's just the way that went. My other, I don't know where to start this one. I mean, there's just. I don't know. Maybe the game's changed. Maybe the game of baseball has just changed, and I'm not even that old yet. We're almost 40. I'm almost a man. But I'm not 40 yet, right? And I just think it's changed in so many ways. Like there's no accountability held, and I'm not even talking about we teach kids. Some of these guys teach kids the wrong ways to go about stuff, right? I've had 14-0 leads per se, and I've been down 14-0, right? I've had both, right? That's just sports. We've been in both environments before, right? Like I'm base to base, right? When I know like a team's overmatched, when another team's overmatched, and it's not being a soft generation. It's just common sense.
Yeah, station to station when you're killing a team. Absolutely,
baseball's ran a little differently, okay? And I just don't like what's going on. Like today game's out of hand, man. Game's out of hand. It's over. It's a wrap. Right, I don't need to see a kid stealing third base, and you don't expect somebody to say something, right? Like somebody's going to say something. Like
I'd have said something.
So I said, "What are we doing?" And
I'm saying if I was on your team, I guess if that's your team happened against your team,
yeah.
If I was on your team, one of the players, I'd have said something.
Well,
because I wouldn't like that shit.
They're still puppies.
And if I was pitching, I'd have hit somebody.
So they're still puppies. So you feel like it's your job, especially when they're still puppies, is that
you got to
say, whoa. I said to the guy, I was warming up a kid in the bullpen. I had nobody to warm him up. Right. So I'm warming him up. So I just glimpsed over. I said, he just take third. Right. And I go, whoa, what are we doing here? And he goes, he went on his own. He got really defensive right away. I said, that's fine. Then tell him that's not the right way to go about it. That's all. Conversation over. So I walk down the third baseline and I go to both the guys. Hey guys, I wasn't trying to get confrontational with you. I get it. Things happen. Right. Blah, blah, blah. No lie. Head coach goes, yeah, I told him to go. We're trying to get out of this game early. I said, what? What'd you say to me? You're an idiot. I said, you're an idiot. You're everything that's wrong with it. You're an idiot. And you're lucky there's not another inning to be played. I told him, you're lucky there's not another inning. Because that's when things start buzzing. I don't know. That ball slipped out of my hands. We walk 14 guys anyway. So, I mean, there's no location. So, if something gets you in the rib cage, I'm sorry. Teach your kids the proper way to play baseball. Right? The other side of it is, I don't care it's 100 degrees out. I've umpired in 100 degrees. Okay? My dad umpires in 100 degrees. If you can't handle it, say something to somebody. You can't not know counts. All right? I can deal with so much. I can't not know counts. I can't have 4 different times not knowing a count today. I can't have it. The kids can't have it. These tournaments cost a lot of money. They're a lot of money. So I got grass not cut, right? I feel like they're playing in a jungle, right? It's just perception's reality. So if I don't know counts, right, etc., whatever. You miss balls and strikes, that's all part of the business, right? You miss safe outs, all part of the business. I need you to know what the count is, okay? That's like the 101 side. And I just need guys to be better. Overall, just guys to be better. And other coaches to be better and feel the room out. Like, well, you going to waste a pitcher? No, you're going to bring the other guy back out again, dude. You're not going to waste a pitcher. Calm your life down. Calm your life down. If you think, oh, I don't want to go another inning because I got to use somebody. No, you don't. The other kid was at 65 pitches. You don't got to use anybody, okay? But you're in good shape. You're in good shape, okay? You're in good shape. That's all. It's my little rant. We're getting to the end of the year, so you're tired of the axe. Tired of the axe. I've been on both ends. I'm going to respect the freaking game. I'm going to respect the kids on the other side. I'm the guy in the first inning that gave shortstop pounds as he comes off the field as he threw 2 balls across the diamond 85 that any other kid, they're beat out singles, right? Kid throws 85 across the diamond and said, woo, he's a good player. Give him a little pound. Great plays, bud. One was a bare hand. I said, how'd he make that one, right? And so I'll give love. I'll give love to the other side because that's the reason why I'm out there. Not to give love to the other side, but
to grow the game.
I'm trying to respect the freaking game. If a kid makes a good play, you should know he made a good play. Like, I don't care if it's against me because maybe we make a good play against you. I'll respect the same thing out of your mouth. We got so many losers out here. And stop tucking in shirts. Stop tucking in T-shirts. Stop tucking in the tape. I can't. You're not tucking into the pants. It's the T. I can't. Not saying there's anything wrong with the tucking. I feel like the last 2 days.
If you're gonna be tucked in, you better be full uni. You better have uniform pants on.
Yeah, you can't go t-shirt and shorts.
Don't go t-shirt shorts.
Shorts tucked in pregame.
No, that's weird.
Fun.
That's
what we're dealing with today, guys. We're dealing with a couple real
got
a
couple hammers over there.
Yeah, got a couple chapsticks here. You want a couple chapsticks here.
I'm okay if you're tucked in if you're going like uniform.
Oh,
okay.
Absolutely.
I'm fine with that.
Uniform and travel.
I like a guy that goes uniform, honestly. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with a coach. If I show up and an opposing coach's got full uniform, I'm like, okay, they're coming to play. They're coming to play.
I actually say different in travel ball. If a guy's wearing a full uni, I say, if you guys lose to him, if we lose to him, then I'm walking
over.
over.
Travel ball.
Yeah.
High school ball, though, I like the full uni.
No, you got to. It's precedent. You got to wear the full uni. But in travel, it's frowned upon. So I've been to. Listen, we see a lot here, right? We see a lot that we don't want to see. As our sweeps is in his years, right? I seen guys with full unis. Like, is this guy real life? And he's hitting with aluminum. He's doing fungos with the aluminum.
Fungo.
We lose to this guy. If we lose to this guy, I'm walking. And I'm walking all the way home, and you're making me walk all the way back to the field tomorrow. That's addressed immediately. You're not putting this on me. I'm not. Absolutely not.
Too hot.
I am not. I will pink slip 12 kids after this game. Pink slip.
Yeah.
Pink slip.
It's too hot for that bullshit.
But yeah. Tommy, I think you unfortunately blocked Don. Are you able to undo that?
Don. Nobody was sending
blocking Don.
He got stuck in between the porn.
How do we unblock?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Greg saw it. Hey, Don, hang in there, buddy.
Well, if you see it, the porn.
Did Greg do it?
No.
Oh. No, I'm blocking the porn that's coming in.
Well, I didn't touch it because I knew you were doing it, so that's why I let it go.
Wait, hold on. Back up.
Somebody send me the link.
There's porn coming in.
Somebody send me the link.
What else you guys watching?
They're trying to send you the link in the YouTube chat.
Why don't I have the porn?
That's an asshole. Relink me.
Oh, it's like one of those things. Like, watch me play with my asshole. They spam it 30 times. Jesus, I'll just fucking go on the internet and type in "watch play with asshole." I'll see 1,000 of them. All right, Christ, I don't need to pay for your fucking site. Relax. Pay your sex workers. Grow
before
up.
we get too far down that one already.
Yeah.
There. My crumb is.
That's what they made the interweb for. Grow up.
My crumb is David Ortiz and the Hall of Fame and that whole selection committee. Like, I mean, I guess David Ortiz being a first ballot. He's a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he's first ballot, right? But whatever. That's not the.
I mean, Greg, do you watch baseball?
Yes, but the fact that David Ortiz squeaked through, squeaky clean of the all PEDs, and he's the one that gets in before everybody else is where I have the issue. Not necessarily David Ortiz, but him being pushed through and almost like squeaky clean, like no one, nothing happened. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He doesn't have to go through any of the stuff everybody else had to go through.
You know why? Because he accepted it. He ate it. Everyone else fucking denied and fucking played coy. He was just like, yeah, it happened. Fuck it.
You're probably right. You're probably right. But that's where that's where I have an issue, right? You know what I mean? So
I kind of like
it. It's not necessarily David Ortiz himself, but it's the beat writers, the baseball, the Hall of Fame voters that allowed him to squeak through. And yet we talked about for probably a good 20 minutes, half hour about like Barry Bonds, for example, guy that absolutely should be in, right? And you have all these guys that, hey, at that time there weren't any rules, right? So you're there's this false morality of the Hall of Fame and what it's become, in today's world in all sports. There's this false morality around the Hall of Fame, and David Ortiz has squeaked on by, and all of a sudden is now the poster boy, and a first ballot Hall of Famer.
That's because if you get big hits in the postseason, they let that shit slide. That's why. Motherfucker got a lot of big hits in the postseason.
Yeah, absolutely. and like you said, absolute Hall of Famer. I mean, I guess you could debate first ballot, right? You know what I mean? Like, I think he's a very good ballot as like an all-time great. I don't know if David Ortiz is an all-time great.
He's a very good story about the fact that he played 5 years for the Twins. Everyone forgets he played 5 years for the Twins. Barely played, played like sparingly, I guess you can say, for 5 years, and then gets released, signs a very cheap deal with Boston. Turns out to be an all-time Boston player. It's kind of amazing. It's also like Minnesota. Wow.
Yeah,
get your life together.
I know what you're saying, Greg. I mean, you could have made him sweat a little bit. I don't know if it was first ballot, especially when you're just a DH. But David Ortiz is fantastic.
No question.
It was fantastic and absolute clutch.
Yeah, I don't think admitting to carte blanche. Like, that's where I feel about it. Like, I don't think
completely agree.
I need a little.
I did it. It's okay. I did it. And other guys were like a little. We'll go back 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Those guys weren't ready to like throw that out there, right? But in now generation, it's like, well, if you say you did it, it's okay. It's okay. We forgive. There's a lot of other great baseball players that aren't in right now because of that. So, I mean, maybe
I hear you.
What happened in Minnesota, real quick? Maybe what happened in Minnesota was the real you, right? And a little something in your fanny. I don't know. Like, I'm just talking. David Ortiz was great. Like, I mean, I had no idea. I had no idea watching if he was juicing, but I'm saying he was great, right? And
he crushed in many though. Like, he never really crushed in the regular season. I think he got hurt a bunch, but the last year he had a really good year. He had like 30 homers, but he crushed in the minors in many though. Like, everyone knew he could hit.
Yeah, so like I'm with both of you guys and Wills on that one. I'm on both sides of that because it should definitely not give you a pass just because you're like, hey, I killed 4 people, so hey, thanks for admitting it. You know what I mean? But the guys that are so like Rafael Palmeiro was just pointing in the fucking camera. And
I did not do this.
I didn't do it. Still,
and then he got banged for it. It's like, well, ref.
I didn't do it.
Now you're fucked.
Barry, you got a fucking hot dog neck, Barry. You did it, buddy. Come on, man. Just say it wasn't fucking tested back there. Just that's it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, those guys should admit it now.
So those guys that are just absolutely, you know what I mean? Like, so by no means do I think, just because you're like, hey man, that's cool, I did it. Like, you certainly shouldn't get a complete pass. You know what I mean? And you should have sweated it out. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But
and his teammate that did it with him is probably not going to get in.
I didn't do it. Like, knock it off. You just keep fighting for the all.
And Manny should be in too. Like, Manny doesn't look like Manny's
going to get in. Let's call spade a spade, though. Manny Ramirez is a better baseball player than David Ortiz.
100%.
So, I mean, that's not even up for debate, no matter how great David was in the postseason, because so was Manny. So, I mean, they're the reasons that the curse ended. And let's not forget how tremendous Manny was with the Indians. Prior to even going to Boston, how great of a hitter he was. I mean, Manny was
he was a great hitter with the Dodgers too. After that, before he got popped for the Pids
with Indians, I mean, Manny was one of my favorite baseball players to watch hit. One
of the best right-handed hitters of his time.
That young Indians. When he was young, that Indians team was really great with Tomey and Lofton, Baerga, fucking him, Albert Bell. Yeah, really good team.
Yeah,
really, really good team.
Yeah, and Manny was drove you wild because he made the game that easy, right? The game was that easy to him. that he just didn't look like he was trying half the time. Scary.
Well,
Scary. There's some guys out there like that.
He was a guy that sometimes didn't give you great effort in the outfield. But that was Manny being Manny, as they would say.
Yeah.
And he did play in the most forgiving outfield in the world, in left field in fucking Fenway. You don't have to play good outfield to play left field in Fenway.
Nope. All right, boys. Great stuff. We're going to sign out of here. We're always brought to you by our doc. Make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington. Cherry Hill locations. Find them around the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. For Brian Wilson, Nick DelGozzo, Greg Milakovic. I'm Tom Arnone. Everybody out there, we love you. Sorry, Don, for the premature block.
Don.
Pointing into the porn for the premature block. We apologize. So
been there, done that.
I just saw the site on the clicker and it made a little how are you?
Hey, how are you?
That sock's filled up. All right. There we go.
We'll be changing these boxes in 25 seconds. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're out of here.